So when I went to FFG's streaming setup, it gave me ideas, and I want to make a gate or not a gate. I don't know what it's called. You don't like my chair?
No, I want to be able to sit crisscross applesauce, and I fit crisscross applesauce in this chair.
It's too high.
I might like bump something.
Oh, she just wants to prop her leg up.
Yeah, and I don't want to put my feet on that.
Got it.
I forgot what it's called. The structure that kind of like people hang
Archway?
cameras. They
Oh,
hang like truss.
Truss.
Yeah,
Or like a
like set one of those up, kind of like corner, and then hang all the cameras and mics from them, and then have the wires go up, over, and down
That
instead
rocks.
of on the floor.
That'll be super nice.
Mm-hmm. I was going to use like PVC.
Yeah.
See,
Are we live?
Yes, we're live.
Hi.
We are live. Oh, wow. We have
Are you
viewers.
alive?
I'm alive.
No, that's like. Oh, we do. We have Keith.
Hi,
Keith's
Keith.
always
Hi,
in the
Keith.
chat room.
Hello, Keith.
He says, "Yo,
Yo.
Yo.
yo, 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 yo."
Yo, 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 yo.
How about these trees?
Trees.
I've been loving you, trees.
Moving these trees.
All right, everybody got dice.
I
Yes.
Does everybody?
I,
Anybody?
in fact, have 2 die.
Do you want metal dice?
do.
Nah.
No, Jimmy likes colorful.
I like
plastic.
colorful plastic dice.
Well, aren't you dumb?
I know.
Different than everyone else.
All right. So I need the character creation sheet that I threw down somewhere, and I don't remember what I did with it. I like took
There
out.
it is.
Yeah.
You
After
took
the
it out.
first time we played, I like made a whole bunch of reference sheets.
That's awesome.
Okay, so welcome to Blades in the Dark. Or do you need a sec, Philip?
Okay.
Okay, just making sure.
Welcome to Blades in the Dark.
Okay, I'm just making sure if I was rushing things for you. So this is a game where you are playing as thieves and criminals. So Philip, right up your alley.
Tons of experience being a criminal.
I like
You're the rogue.
huh?
You're the rogue.
Sure. That means I convinced you otherwise.
That's right. There you go.
So I love this statement because it kind of summarizes everything. Because you're in a place called Dustfall.
Okay.
Where it's like an industrial Victorian era city, but it's like haunted.
Oh.
So you're in a haunted Victorian era city trapped inside a wall of lightning powered by demon blood.
Oh, okay. Did you say dusk or dust?
Dusk.
dusk. Fall.
Okay.
Dusval. Like it's AKA Duskwall or the Dusk. But it's actually Duskval.
The dusk.
Oh.
Duskval.
Duskfall. Is
But
it?
Duskval.
Are we in like constant dusk? Wow.
Yeah. That was it. Yeah, the night. It's always night.
Yo, we are crepuscular.
Yeah, there
always
was there was a cataclysm that shattered the sun and broke the gates of death 1,000 years ago, so it's in perpetual darkness and haunted by ghosts.
Ghosts of when the sky broke.
Yeah,
Or
or just ghosts of, like when you die.
Oh, everyone's
That
a
was
ghost?
so like yeah, there was a I explained it a little bit last time we played where there's legit like when you die, there's a group from the church that comes and gets your body and burns it so that while your soul's still attached to it, so another ghost isn't just wandering around the city.
Wow.
Because
it's
if a
like-
body's left unattended, the soul will depart from it, and then it becomes like a wandering spirit.
I promise both of you that if you want to be ghosts, I'll keep your body around and make a fake body.
Well, that's
burn.
funny because actually, it's funny. One of the, so you have playbooks. That's one thing. It is like the
Oh, and
Powered
it-
by the Apocalypse.
Mhm.
There's playbooks that's got like all your abilities on them. You just choose which one you want to be for your character class. One of them is like so like when you die, you can transition to the ghost playbook. And then if for some other reason your crew
finds you a body.
finds you a body, you become a vampire because that's what vampires are here. Is when you go to another like inhabit a body that's not yours.
So I imagine this mod exists, but if it doesn't, can you get a robot body?
That might be. There's a Scum and Villainy source book came out. That's
Mhm.
basically this. It's basically playing Firefly because it's like taking these rules and putting it in space.
Gotcha.
So, all right. I'm gonna kind of go over just the rolling the dice bits because just to remind you guys, and so there's you're gonna use several dice. So actually, it may end up being that's right. Normal Powered by the Apocalypse is 2 dice. This might be more.
Okay.
So if you need to go get more,
Okay.
you'll roll several dice depending on your skills and stats. If the highest die is a 6, it's a full success. Things go well. If you roll more than 1 6, it's a crit.
Okay.
If the highest die is 4 or 5, that's a partial success, meaning you succeed, but there's some sort of consequence. If the highest die is a 1 to 3, then it's a bad outcome. Things go poorly, you don't achieve, and you suffer consequences. If you ever need to roll, but you have 0 or negative dice, you roll 2 dice and take the lowest result.
Okay.
You can't roll a critical when you have 0 dice. So,
I
yeah,
mean, a critical failure.
yeah, that's the bad outcome. To create a dice pool, use a trait like your finesse or your prowess, and take a dice equal to its rating, and then there'll be modifiers based on the situation. This is more of a narrative game than a straight up
Crunchy
game. So it's going to be like you're going to do a generic. So here, if I show at least Philip, like you're going to have generic kind of stats, and like I want to do this thing. You can sell me on what skill if you like if you think one might be better for you than the other. Does that make sense?
So if you're like, I want to seduce someone, you could be like, I'm going to use command or consort or
you could use
wreck,
command. Wreck.
because I'm going to wreck their feelings.
Oh, I thought you were talking about wrecking something else.
Oh, no. Just the feelings.
Just the feelings.
That comes after seduction.
One of the things is if you ever get any sort of consequence like physical harm or anything, you can reduce that damage by taking a resistance roll, and that is if you see the columns for the 3 major categories, there's a line running down to mark off the first column.
Yeah.
The number of dots you have in that is your resistance roll.
Okay.
So, like, if you are doing like, if you get stabbed, it's, let's see, what was it? It was, like, there's you get a certain number of stress, and, like, when you get stressed beyond a certain point, you get, like, permanent injuries.
Gotcha.
32. I'm refreshing myself as I do this. Okay, yes. So what happens is when you suffer a consequence you don't like, you can choose to resist it. So you use one of your attributes. I get to choose. Insight is basically deception or understanding. Prowess is physical strain, and resolve is mental strain. You're going to suffer 6 stress for resisting minus the highest die you roll from the resistance. So if you rolled a 4, you'd suffer 2 stress.
And that keeps us from getting a lasting injury, but it increases our...
Well, that's just to resist. Basically, instead of getting the consequence, you're taking stress instead.
Gotcha. But so if the stress is what ends up giving us...
Meaning the stress results in the other stuff. We'll
Gotcha.
get there. And if you have armor, you can mark an armor box to avoid a consequence instead of rolling to resist. Okay. I'll talk about. We'll get to. Let's get to the important part. Let's get to character creation.
Fun.
Yep. All right. So, like I said, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna start with your choosing a playbook. So this is like the generic character class piece.
Okay.
Do I need to read off what all the different actions are, or can you figure them out?
Figure it out.
By actions, you mean like the special ability?
Yeah, no, like the attune, command, consort.
No.
Oh, like the skills?
The attributes.
Oh, yeah, like these things on the right side here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need that?
We'll figure it out.
Okay. All right, so here are your options. You have a cutter, a dangerous and intimidating fighter, scoundrels who take what they want at the bloody edge of a blade. You earn XP when you address the challenge with violence or coercion. Then you've got the Hound, a deadly sharpshooter and tracker. You are a scoundrel who can find what others want to keep hidden. You earn XP when you address a challenge with tracking or violence.
I want that one.
The Leech, a saboteur and technician. You earn XP when you address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem. You're the scoundrels that distill the drugs, refine the arcane essences, build the bombs, bandage the wounds, etc. The Lurk, stealthy infiltrator and burglar. They are the burglars, the spies, the infiltrators. You earn XP when you address a challenge with stealth or evasion.
If I say he's a burglar, then a burglar he is.
And then you got a slide.
Santa Claus?
Santa Claus.
I just the sound that you made sounded.
Gandalf.
Yes.
Then you got the slide, a subtle manipulator and spy.
He's sort of like Santa Claus from Middle Earth.
He brings fireworks and yummy treats.
He's a semi-mortal being.
He was, I don't know, who is Santa tasked by? Who was like, Santa, deliver things to the children?
I think Santa did that.
Oh, well.
I mean, according to the Santa Claus is Coming to Town Christmas movie,
True.
he
With
just decided
He
to
did
be
it on
nice.
its own.
ABC Family test him.
who is the head elf?
Michael Bublé.
It's not Oscar Isaac. Who is it? I'm gonna look it up. Anyway, continue.
Continue.
So the slide is the world is fabrication, a convenient fiction, a story, and the storytellers are slides. You earn XP when you address the challenge with deception or influence.
Influence.
And then I think how many more are there? Spider, and then the Whisper, and is that the last one?
Spider.
Okay, yeah. Spider. When you play a spider, you earn XP when you address a challenge with calculation or conspiracy.
So what is their general shtick?
They are the scoundrels who pluck the strands of the web of connections. They're a devious mastermind.
Okay.
Phil, do you care?
And a Whisper is an arcane adept and channeler. You earn XP when you address a challenge with knowledge or arcane power.
When do the spiders gain XP?
Calculation or conspiracy.
Calculation. Okay, gotcha. Can I be an actual spider?
I mean, there are ghosts. Who's to say you can't sprout 6 legs?
I mean, all I'd have to do is like keep the two that are in between the legs and the arms, just like wrap them around myself a couple times, and they're hidden under a cloak. Oh, look at me! Wear a hat all the time.
Maybe if you want to be a spider, you could be a whisperer who makes himself into a spider. Because aren't they the magic?
Well, they're arcane adepts
they
and
shapeshifters?
channelers. I mean, there is a section where you can get if you're from a certain area, you get some sort of like demonic aspects, but not like full on spider.
Can't shapeshift? Oh,
No.
Awesome.
Philip, why you gotta be difficult?
Because, man, I'm reading through these things, and I'm like, these would be really cool if I was a spider.
Heck, yes.
Corey, what are you gonna be?
I like this. Are you the spider, Phil?
I honestly hadn't decided yet.
Well,
I
I
was
don't
reading through
mind.
the special abilities.
Yeah, I don't mind spider, but I don't mind anything. So I would be happy to be a lurk, spider. We already have a hound who's like our punchy guy.
There's the Cutter.
What's the cutter? I
The
forgot.
Cutter's
The
like
Cutter's
the
straight up
punchy guy. He's like the long range sniper.
Okay. Well, I could be a punchy.
But that being said, we'd have 2 fighty people.
Well,
we had the cutter.
What
and
if
the
we're
hound.
just all punchy people?
That's fine with me.
We just run in head first. Have we
Then
ever
Philip,
played a
you
game
may
like
want to be
that?
the Lurk instead.
What's the lurk?
Your rogue.
Although it would be fun to see Philip behind the scenes just being like, "Did you hear what the hound said about your hair?"
I mean, I'm reading these special
All right, that's
abilities on
fine.
the spider. This
Okay.
looks interesting.
All right. All right. Why does it jump to crew? That's weird. Do. That's the score. Here we go. All right, there we go. So next you're going to choose a heritage. Your heritage describes where your family line is from. You may be a heritage of any choice, and you choose. Then decide if you're a foreigner who's immigrated to Dustfall, or if you're a local who grew up here. Akros is the largest and most industrial land. It's where Dustwall is. You could be, it's basically like Europe. If you want to be a rootless wanderer, you could be from the Dagger Isles. They grow up on ships and they're merchants. If you want to be from a culture considered foreign from the locals, you could be from Iruvia. It's basically like Persia and Egypt. If you want to be from a place considered wild, you could be from Severos. Most Severosi live in nomadic horse tribes scattered throughout the blasted Deathlands, surviving within the ruins of ancient arcane fortresses, which still repel spirits.
My goodness.
If you want to be from a marginalized people, you could be from Scovlin, the island kingdom just across the sea from Dustfall. Or if you want to be weird, you could be from Tykeros. It's a semi-mythical place far away from the northern Void Sea. Everyone says people there are part demon. If you choose there, you get demonic telltale like black shark eyes, feathers instead of hair, etc. That marks your character.
My goodness.
Okay, give me a 3-thing TLDR for all of them. Acro.
Akros is Europe.
Okay.
Dagger Isles are pirates and merchants.
Oh, cool.
Aruvia is desert kingdoms.
Desert Kingdom.
Severos would
Wild
be
horses.
Nomadic horses
yes,
and fortresses.
yeah.
Ruins.
Hell spirits.
Yes.
Scovlin is basically marginalized people. They don't really say how, but they just basically a bunch of refugees because the place got like ruined under a war.
Gotcha.
And then Tykeros is like mythical
Part
demon
demon.
place.
Okay.
So, Philip, what you thinking?
I am thinking the Dagger Isles.
Okay.
Oh. Are you gonna do Pirate Boys?
Yarg.
Yeah.
All right. Jimmy.
I'm from Severos.
Severos.
And I'm gonna have a southern accent.
Okay.
Someone has been playing a lot of Red Dead.
Yes, I have.
Okay. And I will be from Tykeros.
Okay.
Part demon.
All right. Now, are you from there and immigrated to Dustfall, or were you just like your family's from there? Like, are you local to Dustfall, or did you immigrate here?
Oh, I immigrated. I rode in on my horse.
Across that
On
watery
Wednesday.
sea.
On a horse with no name?
No, I rode in
No,
on
the
Wednesday.
horse's name is Wednesday.
Yeah, see, that's the fun part.
Okay. Corey?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to speak in this accent. That's good.
You don't have to.
No,
You
I
don't
don't
have
no,
to,
I
but
don't want
you're-
to. What I mean
you're
is
gonna lapse
you're
into
gonna
it.
talk into it, and then I'm not gonna be able to not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, what's your demonic telltale?
I feel like I don't know. Let's see. Weird eyes, weird ears. Tentacle beard,
Goat feet.
Tentacle beard.
goat feet.
Goat feet.
We already did
You already
the
had
thing where
goat
I had
feet
goat
in
feet.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yep. What if
Just
your-
every Corey character has
Horns?
goat feet.
you can have horns?
Big horns.
What if your knees bend the wrong way?
Oh.
That's just goat feet again.
No, I have flamingo legs
Flamingo legs. So you stand with one leg folded up.
at all times. It's more comfortable. Come back to me. I'm gonna think about it.
Philip, are you from here, or did you sail in on a ship?
Both?
He came in as a child
Oh, okay.
on a big ship, maybe.
Okay. Now, background. So, you can be an academic, you could be a laborer, you can be lawyer, a trade, military, noble, or underworld.
Sorry. That's the background? Okay.
Yes.
Academic, labor, law, trade, military. I think I'm going to be in, I guess, trade, I would call it.
Okay.
Because essentially a huntsman, some kind, like
Okay.
he deals in exotic, pelts.
What about you,
that
Phil?
kind of thing.
I'm thinking law.
Okay.
Did they give like descriptions for these to have
Yeah.
like narrative
It's
mechanical
like,
effects? Or?
well, yeah, you're gonna choose a dot that reflects your. This is like what you do for a living,
okay.
or what you did before you joined the crew. So, like it says, an advocate or a barrister, blue coat, or inspector, prison guard. So law could be like any of that. It doesn't have to necessarily be a lawyer.
I'll be maybe underground, or what was it?
Underworld.
Underworld. I'll do underworld.
Street urchin, gang member, young thug, or other outcast.
I'm a bodyguard.
You're gonna have to be the person who got us into criminal dealings.
All right. Your playbook begins with 3 action dots already placed. You get to add 4 more dots, so you have 7 total. At the start of the game, no rating can have more than 2 dots unless a special ability tells you otherwise. So you put 1 dot in any action that reflects your heritage, and 1 dot that reflects your background, and 2 more dots anywhere you please.
None can have more than 2.
Yep,
At the start.
right now.
Start. And we start
Now
from
would
the
be a good time for you to give us like
From left to the right.
a quick description of the
Yep.
what they are. Oh wait, do you mean we're putting the dots in our
Yep.
in these? Yeah. Do you want to tell us what they
Yep. When you attune, you open your mind to the ghost feel or other arcane power. When you command, you compel swift obedience. When you consort, you socialize with friends and contacts. When you finesse, you employ dexterous manipulation or subtle misdirection. When you hunt, you carefully track a target. When you prowl, you traverse skillfully and quietly. When you skirmish, you entangle a target in close combat so they can't easily escape. When you study, you scrutinize details and interpret evidence. When you survey, you observe the situation and anticipate outcomes. When you sway, you influence with guile, charm, or argument. When you tinker, you fiddle with devices and mechanisms. And when you wreck, you unleash savage force.
Giggity.
Which is funny when you were talking about seducing with wreck. Savage force!
And again, we are adding how many dots?
4
4.
total.
4 total.
1 for
Heritage, 1 for background, and 2 where you please.
Does it give suggested heritage dots?
No.
And it doesn't.
It's what you feel reflects.
And finesse again, please.
You mean read the
Yeah. Sorry.
dexterous manipulation or subtle misdirection.
Okay.
So the more dots you have in a category, the more dice I believe you get to roll. But the more dots you have down vertically, the more dice you're going to roll in a resistance roll.
Resistance. Right, so being well-rounded ups your resistance.
Sure, but makes it harder for you to do any one particular thing.
Correct. Unleash.
Yeah, you
savage
should have.
force.
You'll have.
So resistance rolls are the main headline.
Yeah,
Okay, so if you were like do a prowess resistance roll, I got nothing in there. I'd roll
correct.
nothing. Okay.
Well, you would get 2 dice, take the lower.
I take the lower. Gotcha.
Yeah, remember, anytime you can't roll dice, it's 2 dice, take the lower.
What kind of rolls do you make for like ranged attacks?
Well, that depends. Like, you could use. I mean, it's very.
I think it's like I
Like-
think it's more of a, are you hunting something? Are
Right.
you
Like you could
skirmishing with something?
say. Yeah, so skirmish is more close combat, but yeah, like hunting would be tracking a target.
Right. Okay.
If you're going to use
It says also you could use skirmishing for. It
For-
says like you could try and bring your guns to bear in a melee, but skirmishing might be better.
Okay.
Oh man, this thing's fraying.
also if you're going to use a cannon to kill a mosquito, you probably want to use wreck.
Yeah.
That type. Yeah.
you're single tapping, but just a very large tap.
Exactly. The Starbomb song where Samus destroys that entire planet along with the basket of puppies.
Oh no!
All right.
Okay.
I've finished.
One of the bookmarks just shredded itself.
Shredded.
Shredded.
Shredded?
All right. Will everybody get their dots?
Yep. Do we want to see what everyone did and then
Nah.
laugh at if we all did the same
Nah.
thing?
Nah.
All right. Now you're going to look at the special abilities for your playbook and choose one.
Oh,
you have-
only one.
Yep. If you can't decide, go with the first one on the list. It's placed there as a good default choice. And then below that, you'll have NPCs. Choose one of them who is a friend and one is a rival. So mark the upward pointing triangle for the close relationship and the downward triangle for your rival.
Oh,
What-
right. I remember that part.
What's a score?
A score is a mission.
'Kay.
Like we're gonna each score is like an encounter. Well, not encounter, but like story session.
All right, I'll just pick the top ability. Sharpshooter.
What
Hey.
is a character breaking?
What is read the
When you command a cohort in combat, they continue to fight when they would otherwise break. They're not taken out when they suffer 3-level harm.
Oh. Let me look that up.
I think it's that that's the breaking point of a person's like spirit. all
Yeah, it
that kind of
doesn't
stuff, but-
straight up reference. I don't remember.
It's in bold, which makes me think it has a definition.
Probably does. It could be like, oh, hey, your cohort is afraid of snakes, and you're like, no,
Mhm.
listen here, you get in that swamp and you kill that guy, and he just has to run through the swamp in
Right.
between all
That's
the snakes.
Pugilist.
What the hell?
Do you guys know
You're a
what a
pugilist?
pugilist
Yeah,
is?
it's a fighter.
How did you know this?
Because, you know.
They use
well-versed in
pugil
the
sticks.
pugils.
Well, this just says a boxer.
What special action is that?
It is called leader.
Okay. They're not taking out. Okay, so basically, if you suffer a level 3 harm, you get you break, which means you're taken out.
Oh. So I can be like, you're not dead yet.
Yeah, they gain 1 effect and 1 armor.
You're just very badly burned.
Where'd you see pugilist?
It's one of my dangerous friends.
One of your dangerous friends?
Along with Sawtooth.
Sawtooth.
And Mercy.
He's just a shark.
Guess what Mercy does?
Hurts
She's an
people, doesn't
assassin.
harm people.
She a cold killer.
A coal killer.
A cold killer.
She kills coal?
Yeah, fat, but only non-clean.
Okay, so this is the question about stress. When your stress bar is filled up, you're taken out of the fight, like you're knocked out or incapacitated. You also suffer a level of trauma, like cold, reckless. That's not like you're stressed. This is like something that affects your long term.
Gotcha.
But the stress is where you can take 2 stress to push yourself and add a die to your roll, add a level to your effect, which like makes it easier to do, or take action when you're incapacitated.
Ooh, but what's a devil's bargain?
A devil's bargain is I remember that
Chris,
that is the
Chris tells you a GM intrusion.
yeah.
Ah.
I got to remember what the consequence is. Commons Devil's bargains include collateral damage, unintended harm, sacrifice coin or an item, betray a loved one, offend or anger a faction, start a troublesome clock, add heat to the crew, suffer harm. So you get a bonus die, basically.
Did we pick a vice?
You're about to.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, because that's how your vice is how in between scores, how you reduce your stress.
Gotcha. Can my demonic thing give me like a plus to some stuff, or like a narrative effect?
I think that's part of the dots. Like
Cool,
you
cool.
would put it in a dot, like your if whatever the.
I did hunt, and I was thinking I want like big ears and horns that I have to keep covered, but they let me hear things.
Okay.
Maybe. Like satyr ears. I didn't go with goat feet. I went with a goat head.
Goat feet.
Goat head.
And goat eyes. They're so scary.
Yeah, very weird.
Yeah. If you had to have one animal type of eye, which would you want and which would you not want?
Oh boy.
One of my friends is a blue coat archivist. Is there something in there about like
What that is?
yeah
What that
So
do?
blue coats are like the cops.
the cops? Okay, gotcha.
Kind of animal eye.
Snick.
And we're choosing one to be our friend and one to be our enemy.
Yes.
Spider.
Spider.
But they're all under the shrewd friends.
Did Keith
column.
tell us what
That's
kind of
gonna be-
animal eyes he wants?
No.
Is anyone watching the chat? You
Probably
are?
not.
I was trying to think of any animals that have like starry eyes, like rodents,
That's cool.
but I don't think that is a thing.
Is it an existing thing?
Yeah.
Star pupils. Hi, Phil.
Some type of owl, maybe.
They have
Ooh,
cool
owl
eyes.
eyes.
But they can't see much in the daylight, can they? Can they? I don't know.
I
Their
don't know.
pupils are real big.
Mm.
Your pupils are real big, and you see okay.
Yep.
Owls are cool.
Pupils are just holes, man.
Or maybe you
They're
have
just holes.
maybe you have owl offset ears.
Oh yeah, so you
can
can do depth.
Mhm.
That's pretty
Mm.
cool.
Yeah. So just to let you know how the roles are going to work. Basically, you're going to have to do an action. You're going to get a die for each action rating dot, and then if you're helping somebody else, you get, or if somebody else is helping you, you get a die, and then you get a die if you push yourself or accept a devil's
Gotcha.
bargain. The devil's bargain happens regardless if you pass or fail the die roll.
And you get 2 stress for pushing yourself.
Yes.
Push it. Side note, maybe I want to have owl head that I can turn like 180 degrees.
That's pretty neat.
But you gotta be
So-
like careful about it.
The but so this goes into where you're talking about effect, and so what happens is not only do you have the die roll, you have your what do they call it? Your position, which is, are you in a control position, risky, desperate? Those basically determine what happens if things go south. So like, how is it? Oh, like I just got scraped, or oh, I've gotten shot in the chest. And then you have your effect, which is in order to do something. So instead of like, so the way this is where it gets into the more narrative. Instead of, so if you have a situation where it's like for an example last time is they needed to get info out of a guy. I don't tell them how to do it. I just set up a clock with like 8 little things to fill in, and they have to do different actions. And basically, you've got limited, standard, and great, and those effects, which I set, determine how many each roll will fill in if you succeed. And when the clock's completely filled up, you succeeded in that task.
Cool.
But usually there's like a counter clock that's like if it fills up before you're achieved the one you achieved, then like you get kicked out or something. Think like your threat.
Makes sense.
Does that
Yeah.
Phil, that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they had played before, so I'm just making sure.
I'll chime in if it doesn't make sense.
Okay. All right. So is everybody? We got your action or your
Special
NPCs.
ability and our NPCs, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So next, I believe, is your vice. Yes, your vice. You have to indulge or deal with stress. You can have faith, gambling, luxury, obligation, pleasure, stupor, or just weird.
I picked a luxury.
Okay.
That's my vice.
What luxury?
Just going out doing some retail therapy.
Oh, just
Maybe a spa day.
Spa day.
What do you like? Clothes? Do you like bath
I
accessories?
do like clothes. And I do like fine bath accessories.
What would excessive drinking fall under?
Probably stupor.
What about pleasure?
Pleasure and stupor are actually in the same category. It's basically what you think it is.
Head massages.
So
Hand massages.
you said you like some retail therapy for your vice?
Yes.
So your vice purveyor is going to be Dunrich and Sons Fine Fabrics and Tailoring.
Dunrich and Sons.
So what are the weird like purveyors?
The hooded proprietor of a half-flooded grotto tavern. Father Yorin, House of the Weeping Lady.
Ew.
Salia, a spirit of the reconcile which moves from body to body at their whim. Sister Thorn, Deadlands Scavenger Gang. Ojak, which is a rooftop market vendor. And Ariana the Blessed, cultist of a forgotten god. Weird is saying basically you experiment with strange essences, consort with rogue spirits, observe bizarre rituals or taboos.
Taboos? Like
Taboo.
like weird alcohol. Taboos.
Taboo.
Ha!
Hey.
That sounds like the name of a bar. Taboos.
Taboos. I like that. Let's
Boom.
let's
There we
open
go.
it.
Nice.
We'll start a board and brew and then make it the taboos area.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, we already have our what are our 2 bars in D&D?
We have the
Rusty
Rusty
Scabbard.
Scabbard,
The Rusty Scabbard. That was our sketchy one.
and Dungeons and
Dungeons
Drafts.
and
Dungeons and Drafts, and then we have Taboos.
Taboos.
Yep.
It's like the
That could be what you. That could be your.
that's the speakeasy, I think.
You could have that be the bar that you run in this game for your the
Ah.
front for your crew.
Taboos.
Taboos.
And it sounds like a it's probably like a burlesque show joint, or like a what am I thinking of? Like a cabaret
Yes.
kind of thing.
Bienvenue.
All right, Phil. So what are you doing? Pleasure or stupor?
I'm gonna go with pleasure for my drinking.
Okay.
Greatest
Pleasure for
pleasure.
your drinking.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with weird. Who was the lady?
Yours is. Your device purveyor is Puck's Bolin, the Harping Monkey Tavern. And you said weird?
Yeah, there's a like Ojax or something.
Yeah.
The lady.
No, the Ojak is the rooftop market vendor.
Who is the lady?
You got Ariana the Blessed, the cultist of a forgotten god, or the Salia, which is the spirit that moves from body to body.
Spell mine.
Puxbolin.
Pick one for me.
I'm gonna say the hooded proprietor of a half-flooded tavern near the docks. Strange passageways lead to strange chambers beyond.
What's her name?
There is no name. It's just a hooded
Oh.
proprietor.
Did you say the harping monkey?
Yes.
They're named the Hood.
And then after that, you got your name, alias, and look. Talk about what your character is.
Well, I've got the name and the look. I need to think of an alias first. I think it'll be the name of an animal.
So should my name be Visker or should my alias be Visker?
Porque no lo
So your
sé.
name is like your public front, and then your alias is basically your criminal name.
I'm gonna be named the Sharp. The Sharp what? The Sharp. I need an animal.
Gator.
The Sharp Gator. Okay.
You're doing the South.
Yep, the Sharp Gator.
I was
Because
gonna say
I look sharp and I shoot sharp.
I was gonna say your alias should be oxymoronic. Like pick a dull object or a dull subject.
Gator. I guess
Gator
they
is rough.
teeth.
The dull archaeologist.
Dull.
That's the same
The
thing.
dull anthropologist or the sharp anthropologist.
The Sharp Gator.
I like sharp gator. Or the rugged gator.
Well, anyway.
Or just gator.
The sharp
Gator.
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 The sharktopus.
I'll pick Gator. I like just Gator.
What you got over there, Corey?
I don't know. I'm just
All right,
looking at random
was one of
satyr
those-
related things.
What was one of those
Goat
bad
stuff.
sci-fi movies? It's like Mecha Shark versus Sharktopus or something like that.
Sharknado.
Shark.
You could just be NATO.
NATO. Oh man, NATO. There's some people have thoughts about NATO. That's good.
So my guy, you would see riding up to Duskfall on his horse Wednesday, and it comes up on a close up of his face, which looks very like it's well manicured face. He has a very his beard has very straight lines, and his face looks well moisturized,
like you do.
and eyebrows plucked, and he's just wearing so much leather. There might be a little fringe at the shoulders,
Right.
and
Noise.
then the screen freezes and it gets colorized or whatever. It comes up with the name Rail.
Jimmy Pritz.
No, Rail Xavier Dufranche.
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 I love Dufranche.
Otherwise known as Gator. Or the Sharp Gator, because he looks sharp, shoots sharp.
So while Corey is thinking and stuff, I'm just going to read. We're not going to go through the detailed cult or the crew building. I just throwing out some generics so we can get an idea of what type of crew. So you got assassins, you got mercenaries and thugs, you've got a cult. You can be a cult. You could be vice dealers.
It's not a cult. It's CrossFit. I mean,
We run a CrossFit gym.
You could be thieves and spies, or smugglers.
I like smugglers. And I forgot everything before cult.
Mercenaries, thugs, assassins, vice dealers.
I feel like
Keep in mind you're running a burlesque called Taboos.
that's right. And right now we have like a tracker, and we have a fighter, and we have a schmooze and boozer, I think.
Sounds like it.
So
wheeling and dealing.
smugglers could work, I think. So could
Or just want to be mercenaries.
so could vice dealers or mercenaries. That's fine.
Just be
too.
thugs.
Yeah. Hired to hunt people down.
I'm always a fan of smuggling.
Or just like purvey. Basically, you're just hired. You're hired to do whatever job comes around.
I like either vice dealers or smuggling, I think.
Okay. All right.
We're really just the crew of the Serenity at this point. I mean, it's like sometimes we even do honest work if the pay's right.
That's the business.
That's right.
All right, but what's your crew's name?
This is always the hard part.
Boom. No, that's it. Boom. The hard part. That's the crew's name.
The hard part.
Yep.
For the short name, the Hard.
You want to join the hard?
The Hard. You better get hard.
It's not a cult.
Not a cult.
Your crew name is Get Lit.
Get lit. Dabbing on my haters. Fortnite.
Oh no.
Yep.
Dabbing on my.
Fortnite dab.
Whenever you kill someone, you position their arms to be dabbing.
And then you just say like this died years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was a good
Nice.
one.
Thanks.
I liked the Hard.
Okay, that's fine.
The hard.
You don't have to do that. We can go up with something like
The soft.
the hard and soft. The soft and hard.
The squish.
The crispy outside, creamy.
The nougat.
That could be a thing. I kind of like going with the oxymoronic theme. Like have like the Care Bears, and then we come and just murder your entire village.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the hugs.
The hugs.
Hugs, not drugs.
the struggle snuggle. Don't like that.
Don't like
That
that.
Don't
sounds
like
like some nefarious
It
stuff
sounds
there.
like a
Yeah, I
something
know.
that you need to talk about before, like can talk about consent, have a safe word.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That's rather taboo.
Yeah.
I don't
Wouldn't
like
you
it.
say?
Taboo.
The Leather Daddies.
Okay.
Whoa! Now I'm
Or
suddenly.
was it the Leather Boys?
Wait, wasn't that in
from,
from Dodgeball?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
of.
that's what I was saying.
The Leather Boys from Something Rotten the
Something
musical.
Rotten the musical.
Yeah.
Of course, it's always related to a musical.
Yeah.
Yep. The Tonys.
The Tonys. We could be
Yes, all your names have to start with Tony.
the the chivalry gang.
No, that would be a cult. The Tonys. We're all Tony.
Would you like to be a Tony?
No, that's just a great way to keep up. What was Denzel and Clive Owen, the bank robbery movie,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
where it's like
Denzel
everyone on the robber crew had some form of Robert as their name. There was like Robert, Rob, Bobby, Bob. Yeah,
Bobbert.
Bobbert.
Is it Training Day?
No,
Inside Man?
Inside Man. Yeah,
Sorry.
that's the one.
Mm.
Yeah, like they all had a different version of the same first name.
Directed by Spike Lee.
Spike Lee.
That'll make it a
The
Spike Lee joint.
Spikes.
All right, let's pick a name. Steel
Random
Open
word
2017.
generator. We're going.
Ooh, yes, random word generator.
Steel Magnolias.
Yes.
Steel Magnolias.
Except for it's STAL.
Nice. Style? Steel? S-T-E-A. S-T-E-A.
Like steel.
Okay, do we
Oh.
want verbs, nouns, or adjectives?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Adjectives.
Adjectives? Okay, I'm going to put
Knock
in.
your paper down.
We'll have. Oh, sorry. We'll have 4 potential words:
What if we're the nacho gang?
imperfect, numerous, rude, or descriptive.
The descriptive
Joint.
boys.
The
Boys.
Boy, except for it's BOIS.
But boys to men. The boys to men.
Somber. The somber long term. The auspicious, greasy. These are words that are coming up.
Ooh, the
You need a
grease.
noun.
Okay, nouns only.
Yeah.
What was the
Glass, skirt, swing.
The
The glass skirts.
Ooh,
the
aftermath.
You should just be the aftermath.
The aftermath.
The aftermath. The veil. What is the?
Aftermath.
Ooh, wait.
the
What's
veiled aftermath?
Ooh.
philosophical concept about veils? What is it called?
The
Veil of ignorance. That's
Veil
not
of
good
ignorance.
for us.
Knock
Never
your
mind.
paper down.
Occam's razor.
Okay, we really have to pick something.
The ignorant. The
We're
ignorant
each gonna pick a
Schrodingers.
word.
the
Ready?
ignorant Schrodingers. Huh? Pick a word.
The black.
Times.
That's too long already.
Gang.
The black time boys. The hard time boys. Still the hard.
The fiddlesticks.
The fiddlesticks. Pickup sticks.
The bamboozles. The hullabahoo.
The Bamboozles, who run the burlesque bar cabaret Taboos.
Ooh, what's someone who like owns a shop, a proprietor? Well, we're the proprietors. I'm the proprietor of this joint.
The proprietor of every joint.
The tabs.
The tabs. Oh boy.
Oh, it's a
What
double
was-
play because the proprietor of a joint also, like, you could have drugs joint.
Drugs.
I'm the proprietor of this joint.
Proprietor joints. Joint venture.
What if
The
we
venture bros.
skip this for now and come back?
Well, that's kind of like important.
This is very
The
important.
name?
Yes, the name.
We'll need
Well,
to
like, your first thing is like, oh, hey, blank. I need the help of blank.
Well, that worked fine.
Tall boys. the. Oh man, naming.
We'll call
stuff is
ourselves
hard.
the Fat Loos, but we're all a bunch of like really rail thin.
I like the
guys.
proprietors.
Sure.
Proprietors. Cool. We should constantly fight during the game about the name of our gang.
Somebody just keeps wanting to change it.
We each give a different name of the gang every single
Yep.
time.
See what was wrong with the hard.
That's it. Jimmy's character just I wanted to call us the hard.
the hard. Think how many puns we could have come up with.
I mean, you could still be the hard.
No,
You're in for a hard
no, it's
ride.
better that it's disputed.
So we each
And
come
then,
up with,
like,
yeah.
his call sign, he'll just be like, "You're in for a hard time," and you're like, "Guys, we talked about this."
Guys, we're the proprietors.
So it's like we talked about this, man. We got to unity, and we got to be all on the same page.
Gang unity. It's not a cult.
It's called loyalty and teamwork. All right, I'm gonna go grab a drink, and then we can get started.
Cool.
Quick break.
Quick break.
Smoke if you got 'em.
Bye.
Okay. And we're back.
And we're back.
I should fill up. Can I have part of that table?
It's your table.
I'm just afraid I'm going to spill stuff everywhere.
So, with there being demon-y people in the world, are they, like, looked down upon? You don't want people to know you're demon?
I have a feeling like it's, like, people aren't going to... I have a feeling it's like being a minority.
Okay. It's in the upper...
Like you probably get some weird looks.
Gotcha.
There might be some, like, racist people that are...
Ooh, don't like them.
Okay. So one thing with the way the scores work is we are going to set up the circumstances, but like you're not going to plan it out. So
Okay.
the game will have like you'll have what you're doing, how kind of like how like the overall goal, like we're trying to bribe somebody, we're trying to sneak into this place, and then we start you. We actually do an engagement roll to see what kind of position you start in, whether you're already under the gun or whatever. Then, if you want something, we basically do a flashback.
Okay.
So there is the... What's it called? Flashback, yeah. So, like, basically, someone's like, oh, I coerced this guy to give us... Like, you get to a locked door, and you could be like, oh, I coerced this guy to give me the key. I already had the key on me.
You go play that out.
Yeah. So you stress, like, basically you just narrate it out kind of thing, but you pay a stress cost based on how big of a change you're wanting to make, basically.
Okay.
All right, make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so what we're gonna do? What do you want to do? Assault, deception, stealth, the occult, social, or transport? Like what kind of
Occult.
what kind of mission do you want to do?
Let's do some witchy stuff.
You want to do some occult witchy stuff?
Keep in mind, do any of us have ranks in like
Nope.
attune?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Makes it better.
That just means you're dealing with it. Doesn't mean that you
That's
have
true.
to like command it.
That's
It's
true.
gonna be like when Pippin grabs the Palantir.
Yeah.
Gonna be
Okay.
Great.
I've got it. I got it. What we're gonna do here. So what's gonna happen is there is a cult that has taken up shop in an old abandoned church that's like across the street, or like right nearby, like right next to your place,
And they're bad news.
and they're scaring away all your customers, talking about
Ooh.
doom time.
We're gonna have to get them out of here.
Yeah.
Do we pick our items?
You pick your items now.
Oh, okay.
So it's you stat like where's the should have kept one page for myself.
So now these are check boxes and not dots.
Oh, excuse me. No, you
Start with all of them.
no, you don't check anything. When you need something, you check it.
Oh.
Like you don't. It's just you have a maximum of
3 light, 5 normal, 5 heavy,
Yes.
6 heavy.
So when you need something, you don't have to plan it out beforehand. You're just like, oh, I have a gun. You have to check it off, and then when you've checked off everything, then you've got all the items you have.
Okay.
So, sorry, I was those items. Are they connected to these items?
No, I believe those are you always have with you.
Is the spirit
All
bane,
right.
spirit bane charm? Does that tell you what that is, or can I make it up?
What's up?
The spirit bane charm, is that a thing, or
You can make that up.
sweet? I also have rage essence.
Let me look up items real quick. I believe it was supposed to be like stuff you always have on you. Do.
And we can essentially pick items from either the list that's in the gray box or the list that's on the far right.
Yeah, you have access to all the items on your character sheet. For each operation, decide what your load... Oh, so yes, you have to decide what load you're going to be, light, normal, or heavy.
Okay. And then we're limited to.
Then you're limited to what that
That number.
that number, yep.
I just love how it says a pistol. A second pistol.
Yep.
So a light load, you're faster, less conspicuous, blend in, and these could have mechanical benefits like, you may be in a worse position because you're a little bit heavier off with your stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what right now you need to choose what load you're going to have.
Normal.
And if the boxes are connected, then it's
It means to do that.
Connected.
You're that item is two things.
Okay.
What does heavy do again?
Basically gives you more items but slows you down.
I'll be heavy.
All right,
You can
so
have a pet.
we have the occult. The only detail is basically we need a point of it. We need a point. You need a point of attack. Like, how are you going to get rid of this the cult? Like in a grand sense, are you going to just take them all out, or
Oh, we got
Should we have this conversation at the bar?
at the bar taboos.
yeah, this could be at the no, because this is not supposed to be an in character moment. This is just supposed to
Okay.
be
Oh, okay.
this
That's
this
fine.
is setting up the first scene kind of thing.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, we can always go after the leader, or
So if it's a cult and we get rid of the leader, then likely they'll all disband, or will they become a
Probably.
martyr and stick around?
they could become a martyr. We got to go for the second in command.
The person who actually runs the.
Yes.
Okay.
day to day.
The accountant.
And are we gonna take them out? Are we gonna just ship them out of town? What are we gonna do?
Oh.
What does this cult worship?
They worship
Sobriety.
Are they trying to? Are they
Oh.
trying to bring the sun back?
No, they're saying the end times are coming.
Okay, the end times are near.
Yeah,
Do they have any items of power, or what do the people wear?
maybe they do.
Because we could go in there and kick it.
Basically, you want
Kick it.
to just raid them, and
Well, maybe we should go in, get some information.
that is a thing. You can do a gather information roll basically to figure out what you know beforehand. 36. We didn't do this last time. Your character can gather information. You ask how you gather the info, and then, if possible, I can do you can have you an action roll. You could be surveying the situation, studying a person, or studying the cultists, prowling to find a good place to hide.
Does anyone study or survey?
I have both of those.
Would you like to ask a gather information question? They're at the bottom right of your paper.
Let's see. What do they intend to do? How can I get them to leave? What are they really feeling? I guess where are they vulnerable is what I would want to know.
Okay.
Oh, do we all have different questions?
We do.
Yes, where are they vulnerable?
Are you talking about, what do you mean different questions?
At the bottom right.
So my very first gather information question is, what do they want most? What's yours?
What do they intend to do?
How can I hurt them?
I think those are supposed to be examples. I don't
Yes.
know if that's...
But we all have different. So it's like we're all looking at it from a different angle.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
can I hurt them? Yeah, that kind of.
Okay, so you're trying to survey them, basically? Is that
Yes.
All right, so I need you to do a roll.
So
And
I have
this is-
one dot,
So you
Yep.
have 3 dice.
So you get one die.
one
Oh.
die,
I thought it was. Oh no,
If
never
you're,
mind.
yeah.
4.
4.
All right, so you were in a control. Yeah, so... All right.
That was the bad good one, wasn't it?
Hmm?
4 was the bad good one
Yeah. Well, it's like you succeed, but with
Partial success.
Yeah, partial success.
with threat.
So it's in this sense, it's you get good details, clarifying follow-up questions are possible. So what do you want to know?
Where are they vulnerable?
Where are they vulnerable?
This cult.
This cult, they are vulnerable. That's kind of... Where is a cult vulnerable? You have to ask me the hard
so you
questions
said
right off the
they
bat.
move
in its
in.
membership.
They moved in near our bar,
Yeah.
and they're preaching the end times.
Yep. They're in
And
an
they're-
old abandoned church.
They're attracting a bunch of people.
Yep.
Um,
Well, Well, the members themselves are more vulnerable outside the church than they are inside the church.
Right.
So there you go. That's where they're vulnerable.
Okay.
So the church
right,
is heavily fortified.
So we
Yeah.
have to find out where the leader goes when he's out of the church. If he's out of the church, or if they are out of the church. If we're still going after the leader / second in command. Or second.
All right. You want to ask another question?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's a follow-up questions are possible.
What's really going on here?
What's really going on here?
Yeah.
So you do see that they are bringing in shipments of goods.
Mm-hmm.
And they claim it is their stockpiling for the end times.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask a question?
I don't know.
Okay, cool. I want to ask, are the people that they're bringing in, like, intelligent, generally affluent people, or are they, like, the poorer people from off the streets?
I will say both in that they have a lot of, like, the drones are kind of poorer people, but they're
Mhm.
usually, like a dude, like a smarter person kind of
Okay.
with them, leader.
And did the people, like, live in the church?
The ones the ones that are full on cultists, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of like wannabes that kind of like out. So like there's the church inside the church is where like most of like the people that like basically seem like past their trials, and then like people wanting to be accepted are kind of filling out the kind of grounds around the church.
Gotcha.
That's how they're the biggest part of like why you can't straight up affront it, because they're wanting to get into this cult, so they're kind of like by de facto.
Is this
Guarding
church
it.
mysterious, or do like we know the trials and tribulations that the new cultists go through to get in?
You don't know.
Did they espouse anything? Like, what do the believers believe? Just that the end times are coming, but like anything else?
That just they need to steel themselves against
Okay.
the end times.
But there's no like religious doctrine, like, oh, you shouldn't eat.
Well, they're
beef.
reading from texts,
Okay.
but there's nothing specific.
Cool. Anything you want to ask, Phil?
I'm just listening.
Nope.
So my thinking is that they're getting all these goods. If you guys are right, if we go after the leader, they might just, have a martyr. So I think we need to eliminate the source of how this cult is able to attract people, which I assume is giving out some sort of thing, providing
Pamphlets.
Mm-hmm.
comforts.
Side note, if we don't give that many cares about the people in the church, we could just take away all their money so they can't pay rent, so they get kicked out of the church.
Right, so we eliminate their money source.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to track that down, find out what it is, and eliminate it.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want to hurt the people because those are our customers.
That's true.
So, yes, we are on a hunt for their money source,
Okay.
and we want to get rid of it.
Okay. So,
As our
all right.
ultimate goal, or steal it for ourselves.
So, here's what we're going to do. So basically, are you gonna like? I'm thinking you sneaking into a service,
Oh yeah.
and then gonna kind of sneak out while they're doing their pitch.
Oh yeah.
So at this point, this is where we do the engagement roll to figure out where you start in media res at.
Okay.
So this is a fortune roll. So first off, you're going to start with one die. This is one person's going to make this roll.
You should do it, Phil.
Yeah.
This is a what roll?
It's called a fortune roll.
Okay. I don't have.
But no, I'm about to tell you what the roll is.
Okay, all
so
right.
you start with one die for sheer luck.
Start with one die for sheer luck.
Is this operation particularly bold and daring? Is it overly complex or contingent on or is it complex or contingent on many factors?
Yes.
To both?
Yes.
All right, so you don't get a plus or a minus. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability or hit them where they're weakest? Yeah, so you get an
Yeah.
extra die.
All right.
Your friends or contacts, can they provide any aid or insight? We didn't establish that part.
We did not.
All right. Are there other elements? So we'll just start. We'll leave it at the 2 die. So with that, roll them. You got a
I got 6.
Nice.
Good result. You're in a controlled position when the action starts. So that's
Controlled position.
you're less likely to get hurt kind of thing.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
All right.
Challenge accepted. I like it. So I like the idea that we're going to a service.
Yes.
Uh,
Sorry, I was just making sure. All right. Yes.
That's okay.
So with that,
What do the people usually wear? What do we see people wearing to these services?
you're in street clothes because you're
Okay.
just so I set this up. We are in the church. You're in the church. Think like your standard kind of Christian style church.
Mm-hmm.
There are leaders. There's the main speaker. We'll say she is up there preaching all sorts of things that, trials are coming and those that believe the most will be delivered. All that stereotypical kind of stuff. There are a bunch of different figures, kind of like think like her disciples kind of up on stage, kind of behind her.
Mm.
And then in front of her in wooden pews, you've got like the various cultists in robes. And then the back half of the pews is where all the laymen
Okay.
kind of are. At this point, they're kind of anointing. They're anointing some new members.
New members.
Yeah,
And giving them robes.
correct. Like they're bringing people up. There's the one of the other her immediate disciples is like lifting this like chalice and bringing it to them, and they're like.
Yeah.
They're like taking a sip from this chalice, and then they get anointed with the robes, and they're given new names even.
Got it.
So that's kind of that's where they're that part right now is they're anointing new members.
Okay. And we are all in the back section with
Mhm.
the layman.
Did you all pick your loadout, by the way?
I picked normal.
I got 5 things.
Okay.
6.
Well, you don't have to pick the things.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just
You
that's
can
how many
pick 'em as they
That's
come
how
up.
many check boxes you're going to be able to get of stuff.
Okay. Well,
So you don't pick you don't write them down until you need them.
well, I definitely know I got that one over there.
It's the second pistol.
Not the first one, but just
Not
the second.
first one.
That's right.
That's the one that's like in the boot.
Yep. Or the one in the sleeve.
Oh, so a question I had earlier was like our vices.
Mm-hmm.
How do we?
So what it happens is the stress that you get from all these different things.
Okay.
The vice at the end of the score is how you deal with that stress and lower that bar back down. Or if your vice comes into play in a thing, it may make a situation worse.
Okay.
Why?
Well, so my special ability is functioning vice.
Uh-huh.
When you indulge in your vice, you may adjust the dice outcome by 1 or 2 up or down.
Yeah, that's like how much of that stress you're taking away. So like in between scores, you indulge in a vice to lower your stress back down. And so that's saying like you can modify to what does it say? To modify your dice or
You may adjust the dice outcome by 1 or 2 up or down. An ally who joins in your vice may do the same.
yeah. I don't know why you would want to adjust it down.
I don't
But
either.
you could basically make it so you resolve more stress.
Okay. So I can't be like Drunken Master.
I mean, you could.
I mean, because that's what I was like. I'm just gonna like be drinking during all these encounters. I'm engaging in my vice. I'm just gonna keep modifying dice results.
No, not in that sense. It's because it's saying, hold on, because that is. Let me see your paper.
Because that's how I interpret that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm just Jackie Chan, Drunken Master, all over the place.
Oh, this is why. Okay. So the reason you would want to adjust it down is because so in between when in your cruise downtime, basically you indulge in a vice to reduce your stress, and then you have to make a roll to see how much stress you reduce. If you roll too well, you do an overindulgence, and that can end up costing you bad things.
Okay.
So, like, you can attract trouble or brag about your exploits to give your crew heat. Lost, your character vanishes for a few weeks. Or, like, your purveyor cuts you off and you have to find a new vice. So that's saying you have control over your drinking so that you could, So I'll let you change your special ability if you want.
Yeah, because that's like...
That's not going to help you so much this time as if we did
help me
like...
break the game like I wanted to. See, that's only if I'm... Okay, yeah, I'm just going to use the first one.
Okay.
What's that?
Foresight. 2 times per score, you can assist a teammate without paying stress.
Oh, nice.
Tell us how you prepared for this.
Nice. Okay. Anyway, so we're all sitting in the
So
back
what we're
pews.
going to do here
We're
is...
dressed in our street clothes, which for Dufranche is, we're just gonna say a tan leather jacket, that has Sherpa lining because it's always a little cold.
Always. There's no sun.
There's a little fringe at the, like the breast pockets.
I love it. Long,
And
medium.
I'm gonna call it short actually.
Mm-mm.
And short fringe on the shoulders as well.
Pants?
And, yeah. Oh no pants.
No pants? Okay.
Yes, pants. What kind of pants? They will be sort of a
Crocodile leather?
actually gonna be denim.
Okay. Denim.
Denim. But black denim.
All right.
And
Yeah, this is a good time to describe your
he has
characters.
fine leather suspenders. And a
Leather holster.
leather holster. Yes, of course.
Leg holster or like shoulder holster?
Well, he would wear one on his hip. If he had a back weapon, he would sling that on his shoulder.
Nice.
He has a nice satchel. That's made out of some furs.
Nice.
And boots that have like little metal tips on the toes.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you sitting in the bar? Or did you say you were in the
We're
We're
in the
at the
church
church.
now.
That's
We're
what I
in the
meant to
church
say.
right now. So we're all gathered on. Did we sit together or did we sit apart?
Apart.
Apart, yes. To look
All
like
right.
we're not.
So
a group.
what is I didn't know your character's name again.
My name is Jasic Ragamuffin, but everyone calls me Jay. Side note though, where are you sitting? So I don't sit where you're sitting.
Oh, I tried to pick a side of a pew so that I
Okay.
wasn't like in the middle of everybody. So I would sit perhaps at the front of the. I'll sit like one back from the front of the layman's area, towards the side.
Cool.
So what's Jay look like?
So Jay has a long braided hair, but normally it's in a pretty elaborate bun so that it can hide her ears and her horns. Right now, though, she just has on a really big hat with a veil over it so that her face is covered. She normally has giant, really reflecty glasses, thinks like Elijah Wood in Sin City.
Oh yeah.
Because she has goat eyes as well that she does not like people to see because they're freaked out by them. But right now just the veil because she doesn't want people to notice her. She wears wedge shoes so
Okay.
that she's like always standing in her nice heels. And let's see, she's wearing leather pants and a black jacket a la your fringe, but she has like a
Okay.
black version.
All right.
So what Phil? What's your character's name?
Mark O'Grady.
Mark
It's not
O'Grady.
Whisker Van Drake.
Grady?
Oh, Grady.
Huh?
Not Grady or Greedy.
Grady. Mark
Okay.
O'Grady.
Okay.
Mark O'Grady.
Mark O'Grady.
Oh, that's supposed to be a...
Marco.
So what is
Marco.
That's supposed to be a capital
Mark
G.
O'Grady.
so what does Mark O'Grady look like? So wait, what's your aliases?
Eyes.
Oh, Gator.
Gator, Eyes, and Visker.
Visker.
So I'm just gonna say Visker. What's Visker looking?
Ghost
What's
eyes.
Visker looking like?
Peg leg.
If you don't say stuff, we're gonna have to fill it in for you. So peg leg.
Parrot.
I never have
Carrot? Did you say carrot?
Parrot.
a parrot.
Parrot.
He is
No,
a
I'm going
carrot.
into a church. I'm not leaving the parrot at the bar.
The parrot is.
The parrot's running the bar at the currently.
He keeps getting me crackers.
He doesn't have a peg leg, but he does have a
Cane.
a limp.
Do you use a cane? Even if you don't need it.
Yeah, sure. I got a cane with
What's on the top of it?
Oh,
A rose, an orb, a skull.
A parrot.
me. No, it's just a standard hooked.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
You're
yeah,
classic.
It's not decorative. It's just
Yeah.
functional.
It's functional.
Okay.
You're not a decorative kind of guy.
It's also easier to.
And you're a classy guy, probably, when you have appearances. I'm figuring like suit and tie, like not like fancy tux, but like your like business casual kind of tie and jacket.
We'll say
like sport jacket.
over jacket for like everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Long
Weird band T-shirt over jacket. You know.
Oh,
polo,
okay,
over-
got
you
it.
look like you're
Yeah.
starting doing a startup.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, you're like the millennial startup guy. You're starting up
Shenanigans.
Ginger. It's a new ghost app.
Where are you sitting in the church?
Are you on the right side of the church or left side of the church?
Right.
You're on the right side. I'm on the left side of the church, front pew, right in the middle.
Okay.
Noise.
Okay. So I've set up 2 clocks for you already. The first clock is just get away from group. So like I said, these are very generic. And then the second one is just your threat. You know, if bad stuff happens, that's when that's going to fill in. When that's full, then everyone's going to be on to you.
Get away from group. Which group?
Meaning
Just leaving the church.
leaving the church. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is like where like getting away, meaning leaving this area kind of thing.
Okay.
So this is the finding information, sneaking around
Yeah.
kind of.
I don't think I've sat down yet. I was in the bathroom.
Okay.
I'd like to check out the bathroom and see if there's like a window that we could enter the church through at night, or if there's any like ventilation or ducting or any way that I could enter from outside the church and get in.
Okay. There is a window. That's your standard. It's like the half window that you pull the plug, and then the bottom, is it the bottom part usually that rotates?
Well, if it's just the half window, like kind of up toward the ceiling a little bit,
Yeah.
then it's the whole thing rotates from the bottom though.
Well, meaning like there's usually like it's a double pane, but then half of it rotates.
Oh, so it's like a full window and the bottom part folds out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Or we'll say the top. You open, you pop it, and the top opens
Top goes out.
Yeah,
Top
the top
goes
goes out.
Okay.
Other than that, no, there's some pipes, but it's all like standard water
Gotcha.
piping to a radiator kind of.
Where does the
And
bathroom
really rough
window
toilet paper.
open? Oh no, open into? Is it an alley or behind the church?
It enters the side area. So the church has kind of got this fenced-in courtyard around it, and it's this one of the sides.
Ooh, okay.
I probably should have had her
Cool.
survey for this, but okay.
I could survey if
Nah,
you'd like.
it's fine. Jimmy, what are you doing?
Well, I'm watching the service, seeing where it will go. I'm looking for an opportunity to get up and explore the church a little bit, though,
Okay.
unsupervised.
Okay.
So I was hoping for right now they're doing anointing.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if there might be a part of the service where everybody else gets up and like goes to receive something or do something at the altar. So yeah.
So let's say for you, let's do a survey. Do a survey roll.
Okay. 1 die.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Nice. And you are in controlled position. So, yes, we will say at that part, there is people giving, there's an offerings section where people are giving not just offerings like in money, but just the items, anything of importance, and everyone's kind of getting up and moving up to the front to get them, and like they're showing them off kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
So this is we will
as like the mass of people stood up to go, towards the center aisle and go and put things in this basket, I would have used that moment to slink off towards the back and see if I could lose myself in the church and go exploring.
All right, Philip, what are you doing?
Well, I'm right up front.
Mm-hmm. Well, front for you is still like halfway.
Right.
Because there's the church members, or there's the cult members, and then you're in the front of the laymen.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure that was clear.
As you might use.
Well, see, now I'm just trying to go over the from what you just described. I'm pulling different layouts of churches up in my head.
Mm-hmm.
You could use the time to converse.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Let me talk with my neighbors.
Okay.
See, why they're here.
Okay.
That's why they're here.
What brought you here?
What would that be?
Consort.
That would be consort. Ooh, I get 2
You're good
for
at
that. I'm very good at that. All right, I'm just gonna roll twice. That's 4. That's 6.
Nice. There's definitely all right. So, here's what we're going to do.
All right.
We're gonna say like, had an idea and I lost it. So you are basically you're sitting there and chatting with this woman named Betty, and she's talking about how she lost her husband and her kids left her because they blamed her for everything, and she's just giving you this really bad sob story, and then like you stand up like kind of in the middle of the thing and like are directing everyone at this lady, and just like, this woman needs help, and surely I'm just gonna let's see, what's the name? I got to come up with a name.
For the cult?
The cult, yeah.
I mean, it's not a cult.
Huh? It's not a cult.
Not a cult.
It's the cult of not a cult.
That's right. The not a cult.
Well, they're like doomsayers.
Yeah.
Right? They're not like a cult that is all about like comfort and community.
They might be a comfort and community church that's just saying like the end times are coming.
Yeah.
Like they're happy and sweet.
You can say like, it's like the New Day cult, or like the
New Dawn. I like New Dawn.
Yeah.
So surely the so like if anybody
final dawn.
The final dawn. But basically, you're like, if anybody needs the light, it's this woman kind of thing, and like the head lady like comes up and like grabs the woman and like bringing her up to the thing, and so everybody's like attention is now focused on that kind of thing. And so they're just all right. So now everyone is sufficiently distracted and or not paying attention to you, so you all can get away.
What's this leader's name?
You start stabbing people.
The leader's name is Shay. Sister Shay.
Sister Shay.
Or actually, we're going to say she is Madame.
Madame.
Because she is the leader. Or her Madame Shay. So you all are now sufficiently... Everyone's distracted enough. You've managed to find...
pretty much get away with whatever at this moment?
Yeah, at this... Or you can leave this main area. There's a side chamber there's a side stairwell that you found that kind of leads down below.
Oh, below. Okay. Well, I certainly would have gone down there.
Yeah. Are you
I
all
had like an employees only sign? Cult,
yeah.
Cult only.
Cult only.
Do you maybe knock on the bathroom door?
Like, are you all?
Yeah, I knew you were probably out in the bathroom, so I come and get you.
Well, you might hear the ruckus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're coming out to meet me as soon as I pass the stairwell.
Dufrange? Duf. What's your name?
It's Rel Xavier Dufrange.
Dufrange.
Or you could just
Sorry.
call him
Or Gator.
Gator.
Hey, Gator. I like Dufrange.
And do you prefer to go by eyes or do you like your full name?
You can call me Jay.
J. Ragamuffin.
Ragamuffin.
Jay. Jay, what do you say we go down and check out what's down the stairwell?
Howdy ho and woohoo. Let's go.
Howdy ho and woohoo. That's our gang catchphrase.
That's
Howdy
not
ho
our
and
gang
woohoo.
catchphrase.
Well, that's up for debate, just like the name. Should still be hard.
I don't mind our name.
All right.
You know, if that happens after a couple hours, you should probably get professional help.
Howdy ho and woohoo.
I'm just gonna let you know I can be a master debater.
All right. Well, Visker's in there causing a ruckus. Actually,
Or are you
No,
using
I think it'd
Actually,
be
wait, here
good
he
if I
comes
like
right
if
now.
I stayed with the ruckus because like I brought attention to the woman. I should like did the leader come and grab her or did someone
The
just
leader
come and grab
came
her?
and
The leader
grabbed her.
came and grabbed her. I feel like if we're all like gonna converge up and like lay hands and pray for her
Be the
soul, and I
lookout.
should like be up there and like because
Right.
so let's I don't know how what's like length and width of the church. What am I looking at here?
Oh, let's see. Length. Let's say the length, like kind of depth of the church is.
Yeah, from the front door to the back. door.
Front door-
exactly 63 feet.
That
I
is
don't know.
small.
That's pretty. No, it should be big
Yeah.
because it's like an abandoned church.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably like
200 feet, and then you have an
we're
offside
talking
room.
like half a football field.
Half of a field. All right, so 150 feet.
Yeah, and we're
And
probably
then-
talking like 50 feet wide.
I was gonna say me in the front row. I was like what, 60 feet up,
Yeah.
something like that. Okay, gotcha. So then there's all that area still.
Mhm.
Maybe if we're causing a ruckus, I should try to maneuver with extra E's and U's around to the side.
So is this an
in the back a little
actual
bit.
church? Like, are there beautiful stained glass windows? Or
Yes.
Is it, okay. What's in the glass windows? Can we all pick something?
It's
Go
dark.
for it.
It's dark. You can't tell.
Well, you could see the pattern.
One
The
is
light
a-
from the inside would show off the
Would
pattern.
shine out.
Yeah.
So we have to go outside to see what's going on.
one is
That's
a-
not how windows
uh,
work.
It's an image of a dude and some corn.
Some corn.
Yo.
You know, it's like a like a saintly image. Like he's doing that like saint hand with some corn.
Nice.
He's holding corn in his other hand.
Okay.
One is like a dude with a big canteen of water just pouring it on people.
A
Yes,
never-ending
pouring it
tankard.
on people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Phil. What's another window?
Just picture a bunch of animals. Not like and the randomest animals like all together.
Okay.
Elephant, mouse.
Like what would be normally considered predator prey animals. Just
Chillin'.
all like
That's nice.
Ooh, Aslan is there
Aslan.
from
You're fired.
Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe.
I have not seen Narnia, and I still knew what they were
What's
talking
up,
about.
C.S. Lewis?
Yeah. Anyway, so like a sloth and I don't know, a mongoose.
A
and
mongoose.
A mongoose and a cobra.
snick.
Sharing a drink.
A sneaky snake.
Snake, snake.
Okay, so we got
Snake,
some
it's a
animals. We got a dude
snake.
with
Humans
corn,
with everyone.
and we got dude with water.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So, you guys are making your way downstairs. As
Yes.
you get as you circle around to the bottom of the stairs, there are two guards at the bottom of the stairs.
Ooh, okay. 2 guards.
I'm
we can deal
going
with
to
Protecting some sort of door.
noise.
All right. Well, Jay, how about we deal with this with the old try to bluff them and then punch them in the face.
The blip level? Okay.
But that's
so
the backup plan.
I'm gonna start like stumbling down
Make
the
out,
steps
fake out.
and touching
Make out, fake out.
and touching the walls, and just kind of like go over and basically I want to look like I'm blind and be like trying to figure out where I'm going.
Nice.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's a finesse.
What is sway?
Sway is you influence with guile, charm, or argument.
Could guile not be me
Guile would be
faking things,
deception.
right? I feel like it's a deceptive move.
Yeah, but you're not so sway seems like it's more of a persuasion sort of thing. You're not really
Gotcha.
influencing them. I was like finesse. You're being kind of graceful, except for you're not. Like kind of you're trying to be the subtle misdirection is what I was going with.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna take 2 and then take the lowest.
Is that unless you got something else that like you want to do better? Like if you're trying to sway, if you're talking to them.
Well, I am talking to them. I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna say like, "Ma'am, what are you doing here?" And I'm gonna talk to them about how I'm blind.
Oh, okay. See, there you go. That's more like it.
So would that be sway?
Yeah.
Okay. So
So before you roll, you are still say you're in a controlled position, but I'm gonna say this is a
hard thing to do.
Yeah, this is like a limited effect because this is limited. There's not much you're gonna be able to get out of just persuading them to be blind.
Yeah, I'm just trying to distract them while he gets ready to punch them in the face.
So
I'm gonna try my best to get as close to them as possible.
okay,
While just kind of touching around. And when I hear someone kind of start to ask me what's going on, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, hi, I'm sorry. Is this where the bathroom is? They said it was down the hall. 2.
All right, you falter. You may press on by seizing a risky opportunity or withdraw and try a different approach.
I'm gonna seize.
Yes, we're gonna seize.
I'm
the
gonna
day.
literally touch them.
Go for the
Yeah.
face. Be like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that you, Michael? As I touch his face.
All right, are you still trying to sway with them?
Yes.
All right, now you're trying to be risky, so go ahead and roll again.
1.
Things go badly.
Okay.
All right, so we'll say that, let's see, things go badly. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, you end up in a desperate position, you lose this opportunity. We're definitely saying you are now in a desperate opportunity where they're like, they've got like kind of batons.
Yeah.
They're like poking you with it, like, get out of here. What are you doing? And then they see you because of this. So
yes. So we've gone straight to punch time.
Combat.
okay, punch time.
So
The standard is skirmish, but
yeah, I don't see how to make it anything else. Unless it was prowl, unless I was able to sneak up on them.
you normally yes, now
Normally.
no.
Now no. Okay. What about
So by the way, we're gonna.
Can I
One threat. Yeah.
can I grab a something from off the wall? Like, was there any sconces? Sconce.
Potentially, yeah.
Or what? I'm gonna grab like a torch off the wall and hurl it at one of them
Okay.
using finesse.
Okay.
Okay.
Very
Here
nice.
we go.
All right.
1.
Ah. You
Okay.
miss and set things on fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
A serious complication. You set Corey on fire.
Cool.
Oh, great. Okay.
Okay. I'd like to skirmish the guy that I was grabbing.
Are you near? Like, I know you were all up in the mess, but are you close? Are you on the same side as the side that they went down, or are you on the complete opposite side of the church?
Because he was on the right-hand side, so I figure he found that stairwell on the right-hand side. I'm on the left-hand side.
Okay.
You're
I'm gonna
keeping
say
them-
that you see some smoke starting to, like light smoke, like start to come up out of the stairwell.
Just some light smoke.
Good thing you created such a good distraction.
Like it's not to the point like you saw them go there, so you're kind of keeping eyes on that area. Nobody else really notices at this point.
So there's smoke coming out of the stairwell.
It's not
That
like
my
pouring out. You
two-
just see.
Compatriots just walked down.
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
All right. Are you gonna do it? What are you gonna do during this time? Are you going to?
Let's see.
Basically, what I'll have you is you may not directly influence the guards bit, but you can manage the threat meter. Basically,
Yeah.
If you if you keep kind of that way, you're still kind of participating in here. So as the threat meter piles up, you can still kind of work the crowd
Yeah, that'll be. So I'll maybe let's
Because you are the manipulative one.
I am a devious mastermind is what my little blurb is.
That pepperoni bagel smelled really good.
It's ham.
It says pepperoni.
No, that's because they use the same wrapper
Oh.
for. They just wrap it differently. It's
I'm
the ham
sorry, your
version
ham bagel.
Your ham
Yeah.
bagel.
with American and spicy mustard.
Ooh. Spicy.
Let's see. So
Get more people on stage?
Huh?
Get more people on stage? No.
What? So that could be a thing. Maybe maybe try to let's call out for the crowd for more people who are downtrodden like this woman that we just brought up.
All
on
right, so you're trying to
stage.
sway? Guile, charm, or argument.
Yeah, I guess we're going with that.
What is consort?
Consort, you're socializing with friends and contacts.
Yeah.
So you just talk.
That's what
When
he
I
did
was-
initially.
When I was sitting on the pew,
he was
yeah,
talking with.
I was talking. But yep, now I got to sway. All right, so
So yep, roll your die. You're in a risky position. You're not desperate like they are.
I am in a very risky position.
And this is of light effect at this point.
All right, so I got nothing. So I got to roll 2 and take the lower.
Okay.
Watch me get a 6 and a 1. I'm just gonna leave.
Bye.
4.
You got a 4. Do you need another die?
Woo woo.
Do you need another die?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. So
feeling good
you
for
do
you,
it,
knock
but
on
there's a
wood.
consequence.
I'm getting dirty looks because I'm not part of the cult.
They
Here
know
I
your
am
face.
bringing people up on stage.
You get noticed.
I mean, they should know me. I'm the bartender.
Yeah. The consequence is, let's see, the reduced effect. Ah, man. Because if reduced effect would draw you to 0 at this point, you're not really in a place to get
We draw what to
harmed.
0?
Well, meaning I was just saying your effect was limited, which means only one click, basically. Which is, so if you have reduced effect, means you didn't, like, you succeeded but didn't really do anything. Which I guess, well, I like complication instead. Or let's drop you to, no, desperate doesn't really work either. Complication is they pull you. You are now on stage because they've seen you kind of work in the crowd, and they're kind of interviewing you and talking
okay.
to you about things. Like, what are you doing here? So you are like forefront now.
All right.
That's what I mean. Like, you are up in the thick of it.
Nice.
What are you willing to give to help the new dawn kind of, or the final dawn happen? But we're going to go back to Corey now.
That's awesome.
We're going to extend happy hour.
Okay, so
Happy
you
day.
I set you on fire.
you set my hat on fire, maybe?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to take my hat off, put it on the dude who I had my hands on, and then give him a swift pile driver.
Okay, so you skirmishing?
I'm skirmishing.
All right, you are desperate, and this is standard because you're right up on the dude.
You're trying to figure out if I set myself on fire by grabbing him?
No, I'm trying because so normally a pile driver is you have to grab the person, flip them upside down, and then ram their head into the ground.
Yeah.
That's a lot for one action.
Considering you're also shoving like your hat into their face.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just
Maybe
punch him
knee
in the
him in the
face.
solar
I was
plexus.
just
That
trying
would be
to make it fun. But,
Oh, you pull the hat on their, like on their head, and like when you're pulling them down into your
knee
knee.
them into the face.
Yeah, there you go.
Who was the dude with you didn't watch that video, never mind. All right, skirmish. 4 and a 3.
4 and a 3. So you got the 4.
Cool.
You do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer severe harm. A serious complication occurs. I'm gonna say you did do it.
Yay.
But the other guard,
He has now
Man.
noticed you.
the other guard, takes his baton and thwacks you
Oh no.
That's fine.
So you get. But remember, you can roll to resist
Mm-hmm.
if you want.
I would love to.
Why wouldn't you resist?
You
Yeah,
take
because you
stress.
take stress,
Ah, okay.
or potentially take stress.
Got it.
Where is it? Resistance. I should have that saved. All right, there we go, chap. No, 32. There we go. Ah, here we go. Okay, I'm going to move this over here. Let's save this.
Nice.
Okay. Also, if you have a type of armor, you can mark off an armor box to avoid a consequence instead of rolling to resist.
Gotcha. I'll just roll to resist. And
All right,
let's
so
try out
this
the
is
beginning.
going to be a prowess.
Okay, so I have 2.
You roll your 2 dice. All right, so roll them, and then whatever the highest is minus 6. Or excuse me.
3.
So 3. So you're gonna take 3 stress.
Okie dokie. And that's instead of taking like a super harm.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe the guy goes to hit me with the baton, and what happens that I get stressed about?
Stressed.
So sorry, the way it is so you got, because you're in a desperate place. You get severe harm, which would have been like a level 3 stress, or a level 3. What's it called?
Level 3 harm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be reduced to level 2,
Okay.
and so you've got basically a cut on your shoulder,
Cool.
or not cut, but
and I just make like a tally here. Or I
no,
say
just write bruised shoulder, basically.
Instead of hitting you in the head, he hit you in the shoulder.
Yeah. Well, no, it was
Makes sense.
more of instead of a broken arm. You know.
Right. I
So he
understand.
went from the side and
Yeah.
not the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we'll say
He
he had
didn't
it.
split my melon.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if
Should've gone
bruised.
for the head.
Write it in level 1 because bruised shoulder's not a level 2. We'll just say you reduced it to level 1.
I don't mind taking a level 2 if you want me
Yeah,
to.
but I can't think of what it would be with a baton.
Broken collarbone.
Let's see if
Like I can still move. It just hurts.
Okay. Yeah.
I need to see if any of these.
Because what happens is that when you fill up all your harm boxes, the next level up, you keep going up, and when you get a level 4, you're out.
Okay.
I think you're actually dead.
So he hits me in the collarbone, and I look at him and I go, "That was my punching arm."
But now we're over at Jimmy.
All right. I feel like maybe an item might come in
Yeah.
here. I'm not sure what though.
Your pet.
Ooh, I could have a trained hunting pet.
The
did,
parrot.
That's one of my items.
The parrot.
The parrot.
A flying squirrel.
You whistle and like the parrot comes flying in out of the rafters where it was chilling.
Ooh, a hawk.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Yeah.
What is-
Well, the
what's
A
people are
hunting
gonna,
falcon.
What's
people are
the
gonna see the falcon come swooping out and then down into the.
Yep.
what's the cowboy whistle?
The cowboy
The, like,
whistle.
So what did you pick?
Odo.
Yeah. That.
So what did you pick?
I picked a trained hunting pet,
Okay.
which is going to be.
Flying squirrel.
I like it.
Squirrel.
It's a flying
No,
squirrel.
oh, okay.
Sugar glider, you mean? Or?
The weasels or whatever from
Ooh, ferret?
Beastmaster. Yeah, ferrets.
Oh, ferrets.
So you like open up your shirt and the
I got-
ferret like jumps out.
Yep. Or open up my satchel.
Or are you
Um,
wearing a hat?
Or no, it's got to be in the breast pocket, right?
Are you wearing a hat?
Yeah.
You
course
take
I'm
your
wearing a
hat
hat.
off and he comes flying out.
Okay, yeah.
No, you're Boris the animal from the third Men in Black movie. It just like comes out of your
The
palm.
third Men in
Oh.
Black movie.
Did
Never
anybody
seen it.
watch the third one?
No.
I'm gonna
not even
say
sure I saw the second
command. This is probably a command then,
one.
because you're
Could it
command.
be hunt?
Oh, because it is your hunting
Sure,
animal.
I guess.
Thank you.
I'll make. Yeah, we'll see. We'll go with that.
Um,
Remember, you can also push yourself for stress and stuff, or devil's
true.
bargain to get extra dice.
It's got to be a tiny baby alligator.
A
I
caiman.
thought we were going with
no,
ferret.
it's gonna be it's like it's a flying squirrel.
Okay,
It's a
that's
sugar
fine.
glider. Sugar glider.
It's a
sugar
flying.
glider.
It's a flying baby alligator.
Yeah.
But this
Its
is,
name is Gator, but
yeah.
it's a flying squirrel.
yeah. Well, it could be like a flying ferret thing, like Momo.
Momo.
Because this is a fictional world. I wish I could be D. Bradley Baker.
And make the like.
No idea what's going on right
yeah.
now.
Have you watched Avatar?
Never seen Momo?
Huh?
No.
Avatar:
Not
Last Airbender?
regularly.
There's a video of D. Bradley Baker doing the voices for all the animals, and it's.
Bradley Baker.
Have you watched any of the Star Wars Clone Wars? He's all the clones.
Okay. All right. There we go.
Okay. Okay, Peanut, go get him. It's Peanut.
Peanut.
And Peanut opens up a little window in my hat. It's just like a flat.
The top.
Steps-
Yeah.
And he
The
like
top.
he rubs the sleep out of his eyes.
There's
and
like a
steps
flat
out
part. There's a
onto
flat
the
part of
bridge.
your hat that just like unzips. Zzz.
And then he like his game face
leaps
comes
up.
on.
And he leaps into the air and glides. He glides over to Jay, and
Bites a jugular.
and yeah, lands on the guy that's
Well, the
in
one dude
fisticuffs.
is like, the one that attacked her, because the other dude
Yes.
is like, in the floor.
Yeah, the ones that just hit her, and leaps onto his head and starts crawling around it and scratching and biting. And
Okay.
Distraction.
yes, okay. Oh yeah, go get him, Peanut.
All right, you got to roll now.
Okay, now I got to roll. Oh yeah, to decide what happens. Okay,
6.
4.
4. All right. So you do it, but we're gonna say that he lets out a screech.
Oh yeah.
But you are able to take out the guard.
Oh yeah, so he's distracting him, and that gives you time to just pugilist him right in the face.
Good job, Peanut. Pugilist.
So there you go. You have got the guards taken out. On
All
one
right.
of them, you find a key that opens up the door. That's
Do they have robes that opens the door behind them?
Hmm?
You said a key that opens the door behind them?
yes.
What kind of clothes
I
do
do
they
like how
have?
your first sentence flowed. You're like, do they have robes that open up the door behind them?
Well, I just realized it
They
was
do have
cutting it off.
robes.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
The
Let's take some robes.
the blind lady thing never works.
Hey, but the overall plan worked.
Yeah. Good job, Peanut.
You gotta do get help.
Thanks to Peanut. Yeah, we
Go
do gotta.
get
Did
try
you
to
put
get
out the
help.
fire?
The fire was just your hat, so
It's gone.
I'll
yeah,
step on it a
we,
bit.
we beat it out.
I like
As,
this hat. Should we take their clothes?
yes, we should, and hide their bodies.
Is there like a broom closet? We'll just carry their bodies.
Pick a dark corner, or we'll
We'll
bring
say
them with
there's
us.
a broom closet.
Okay.
That
Okay.
seems easy.
All right, we
Uh,
drag those off. Peanut goes back in my hat, and we dress in their robes.
Cool.
Okay. We go through the door.
Okay. So the door goes into this smaller.
Slam.
Side note, what do their robes look like?
Oh.
It's New Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a sun on them?
Yes.
And it's all white?
Sure.
Cool.
No, I don't like that.
No, it's not.
Let's go
It's not
orange.
all white. It is
Oh, it's ombre
dawning.
up.
Yes.
Ombre up.
So it's like
The bottom has little stars in black, and then it slowly becomes purple, and then like a more like
And it
blue
goes
and
to
One of
like
the-
the orange reddish yellow right there at the
Yeah.
shoulders.
Love it.
One of the cult members like learned how to do this ombre fabric dyeing. And
Yeah.
they're like, we have to
We
use.
have to use this.
and they're like, this is from the gods.
Okay, so we.
So you enter into like a small kind of smaller-ish sanctuary room.
Okay.
That seems to be kind of where more of the diehard members
Oh.
are. There's some branches that go into some all looks like
Is it a circular room?
this room. Yeah, this is a circular room and it has sort of radial outwards. There's some smaller rooms. Looks like there might be some for meditation. There's also some for
Now this was down a set of stairs.
yeah. There's also some like there's some.
Rectories.
I'm trying to think of the word. Rooms like
Alcoves?
no no
Sleeping
that's-
quarters?
Sleeping quarters. Thank you. Quarters is the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Quarters is the word. And then there's also a hallway that goes down that's a little bit darker. Only the main room is lit up right now.
Okay. Lit up via
Candles.
candles.
Mhm.
Okay. Because are we underground?
Yes, at this point.
Okay.
There is sort of a ritualistic circle kind of in the center of this
Oh,
chamber
of
room.
course there is. I will go inspect that circle.
Okay.
Does it look like anything's there? First off,
There is there's some sort of remains. Can't really tell of what. Looks like something was burned there.
Cremains.
Yes. That's
And there is some sort of ritualistic writing that's you can't decipher it around the edge.
okay. All right. Maybe we should check the rooms.
Probably. What are you up to?
What's the crowd up to upstairs?
Okay, hang on.
Oh, okay.
So at this point, you're downstairs. I'm just saying you're finding valuables, and you got a little 8 o'clock there. So yeah, Philip, upstairs. You're now in the heat of things. And they're asking you your life story and what can you bring to to help the new dawn.
All right. So so I'm all up in it. Let's see. I can provide. Well, so I run the tavern, and I can provide. We can provide supplies and probably extra sleeping quarters and food and contacts with merchants to bring in food. And I'm saying that in a nice, fancy, inspirational way.
All right.
Yep.
To help the.
Yep.
So are you swaying still?
Well, I mean, I'm talking and telling my story. Isn't that consorting?
Sure, we'll say.
Very
I'll
much
let you
so.
do a consort.
All right. Screw that roll.
Do you have 2?
I have
Yep.
2 in consort. I have 2 in consort.
I just decided to re-roll.
5.
Whoop, whoop.
5. All right. There's a consequence. We're gonna say that
Now we have people in our bar.
no.
You gave
Here's
them rooms.
here's what's happening. The service is coming to a close.
Okay.
But the lady really likes what you're talking about.
Okay.
And she wants to take you downstairs to discuss. So her and a couple of members are going downstairs where they are.
Ah, okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All right, so back over to Corey.
Okay. Is prowl like stealth?
Yes.
Okay. You said there were sleeping quarters. There's this
Ooh, I got
chamber.
good
Traverse skillfully and quietly.
I'd like to go down that hallway and see what's down the dark hallway.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
What's 2?
So 2 is you've moved up to risky because you're no longer in a desperate situation. So it's things go badly, you suffer harm, a complication occurs, you end up in a desperate position. You lose this opportunity.
Okay. What's I could take stress to roll more? Is that a different
That you have
thing?
to do that beforehand.
Okay.
The stress is to give you more dice to roll.
And can I take a devil's bargain?
That's also
That's
at
also
the
the
beginning.
beforehand, yeah.
Yep, that's all modifying before.
Okie dokie.
What are the hash marks next to insight, prowess, and resolve?
I believe that has to do with the upgrading.
Okay.
I think that's
I
for
think that's for
XP. I think.
Oh yeah. It's every time you roll a desperate action, mark XP in that action's attribute.
Yeah. So I think you might have already gotten one there for succeeding because you were in a desperate position.
cool.
Not as important for this game, but yeah. So we will say you've increased your threat. We'll do that, and then the complication is you walk over some sort of. I don't want to say trap because it's not a trap.
Pressure plate.
Some sort of ward that all of a sudden like lightens up all the hallway so that you are painfully obvious.
Gotcha. So it's like basically, but motion sensor.
It's
light.
a motion sensor light, basically.
Gotcha.
A magical motion sensor light.
There is no more way to prowl. Okay, then I'm just gonna walk down
All right.
like it looks like.
So
yeah.
we're over to Jimmy now.
Yes. All right. So she set off all the lights, and I'm in the center of the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear footsteps coming down.
Mm-hmm.
But we're dressed in the robes, and I'm gonna say they're coming around the corner, like just as the lights turn on.
Well, they're not here yet, so that's
they're not here yet.
That's like the threat meter going. They're just starting to progress. Like everything's letting out. You can tell the service is letting out.
Service is letting out. Okay. We need to find a space to hide now, so I'm gonna try to get us into one of these quarters, like the rooms.
Gotcha.
On the side.
Survey or study?
Either is fine.
Which one?
Survey.
Okay.
1.
Okay.
All
right.
right. So yeah, I'm just looking for like an open door, anything. So I guess a 1 means I'm just going around frantically trying each door.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nothing's open.
All of the doors open onto that cartoon. There's a brick wall right behind every single door.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna say.
How do you guys get anywhere?
Yeah. Yeah, you are having no good, and you are making a lot of noise.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, they are now walking you down leading you down the stairs.
Okay.
So, are you going to do anything to kind of stall, distract?
Well, you don't know what's.
No,
you do know
we're
where-
just.
You do know that you're heading down to where they are.
I'm heading down to where they are. Yes, but no, we're just gonna. I'm just gonna follow along.
It's cool. with me.
And
Okay.
It's cool.
So
We'll
you
just
can
kill all
definitely
of them.
hear people start to come down the stairs.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
What is the lights are all on? What do I see down the hallway?
The heights. So there's kind of a stonework on both sides, and it leads to like a very a vaulted, or not vault, but like a very well locked door.
So a vault door.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're.
Well, I didn't
looking
want to
for.
say vault as in like not a spinning
Right,
wheel,
right.
kind of.
We
A
know
very heavily fortified door.
Okay.
What can you read to me? What command does again?
Command is compel with swift obedience.
Like just tell someone that they have to do something.
Be
Yeah.
authoritative.
it's a chain of command. It's a chain I beat you with till you do as I command.
Okie dokie. Is there any differentiation between robes that we see so far? Like, is there any command structure evident on a robe?
Like what was
yes.
Shay dressed in?
So like Shay is dressed in like all orange, and so are like her immediate disciples, and everybody else has like the generic robes that you've been
Like
finding.
the ombre.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay. Then I'm gonna stand sort of next to the entrance of this hallway, and look like I'm waiting for someone. And,
Okay.
If this is okay, when Shay and her disciples walk by, I'm gonna try to get the ear of one of the disciples, so it looks like I'm doing something important.
So you're trying to sway then, right?
That works fine.
Okay. All right. So yeah, let's roll a sway.
Yeah.
But we haven't walked in yet.
I know, but she's trying to.
Okay.
Let's see. I was trying to say blend in.
I wasn't gonna blend in. What my hope to do was to look like I was waiting for someone.
Well, that's what I mean. Like blend,
And-
as act like you belong
Oh, so
here.
just okay. Cool.
Hold on. Let me see what.
Do you have when they walked down the stairs, how were the guys guarding the door standing? Was like
Well, that door's open at this point.
the door's open, yes. But how were the guards standing when
Yeah.
they walked down the stairs? Was the baton like in some kind of
Yes.
belt holster? Was
They only
just
pulled it out whenever she
Okay.
came in.
like hands behind the bed?
So
They're just like
just-
standing there,
Yep.
looking like guards.
There's
Yeah.
nothing. There was nothing alerting them.
okay,
So like that,
okay. So
Just-
yeah,
standing like I'm waiting.
board guard.
Yeah.
guard and stuff.
What are you wanting to roll? This I could be persuaded here.
Gotcha. I'm fine with doing sway for just standing there.
Okay.
Your
Your body position or your body language, basically.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm also fine with using command because I am trying to like look like someone in a military rank or like trying to.
Which
fit
I both I think work.
I'll do sway. It's fine. 6.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, so you all right, we're just going to what we're going to do is we're going to lower the threat down by 1.
Ooh. It's getting close to full.
And so Jimmy, what are you doing?
Well, I had been trying to find an open door, but that failed. She went. Are you standing at the heavy door or the door that we initially went through?
I was standing at the entrance to the hallway.
To the heavy door.
To the heavy door.
Okay.
Got it.
So like she's at the beginning of the hallway, heavy doors on the end of the hallway.
Got it. I'm going to. I'm going to continue. Oh boy, they're all the doors are locked. Okay, so it wouldn't. I'm going to just take up a position next to her since we're supposed to be guarding together.
Okay, so are you doing basically the same thing, sway or?
Well, she's taking the lead. I'm going to study the people who come down here.
Okay.
And discern.
You could survey also works
Yes.
because it's observing the situation, anticipate outcomes.
Oh, okay. Then I will survey.
Okay.
I will survey what they might be coming down here for.
Yep.
6.
That's a 6. Okay. Let's see. So you also remove a threat.
Okay.
And by this point, they are now in the room, and they are the Shay is kind of like befuddled why the door's open and you're by that room when she had told you to be by the door and keep the door locked so we don't have people wandering down here.
I'm not going to say anything unless she says anything.
Same.
Okay? Well, that's what she is talking to you.
Oh, she's talking to us.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was just narrating it instead of straight up saying it.
Ma'am, there was a pest down here that we had to chase in here. Unfortunately, it went under one of these doors, so it could have gotten anywhere.
What type
Why
of
not?
pest?
You know, rat.
Rodent of some description.
Oh, I don't think that's of any importance.
Anyway,
just
we're
didn't
trying to
wanna
keep...
getting
ahead.
into the food stores.
Exactly. We're trying to keep the temple clean.
Okay.
This is a place of refuge for the followers, after all. We don't want them to be bothered by any nuisances.
And all the doors down here are locked anyway. There's not much that anyone could get into with besides this hallway.
Do you not have your key to open them up?
We do. I was just saying that they're locked, so if anyone did wander down, there's not anywhere they could get into.
Oh, my understanding. If you will, just keep at it. We have matters to discuss with our new friend here. Did you introduce yourself as
Mark O'Grady.
Mark? Making sure we didn't use like an alternative name or anything. So we have interesting things to discuss here with Mark.
Great O'Markey.
Yeah.
Do you require privacy, ma'am? We'd be more than happy to help
We require
indoctrinate.
We require silence. That's all.
Mm.
Just keep about what you're doing. Just be quiet about it.
Can do.
Understood, ma'am.
And so at this point, it seems more like Shay is interrogating you. She's asking you details. So, so I understand you said you work at the. A lot of our brethren recognized you from the taboos. So what? How are you the owner? Or are you just the bartender?
So out of character real quick. Nothing? Nothing with those two?
No, they're in robes.
Okay.
What do you mean?
She doesn't remember who she put in front of the door?
That's dealt with by somebody else.
There are many
Oh,
seekers.
she just said, hey, put 2 people on the door?
Yeah,
Okay.
There are many
all right.
seekers of the dawn.
and they got hoods up, so you can't really see their face.
Oh, there's hoods on these things.
Yeah,
Oh,
Those
we
are
didn't say there
yellow.
were hoods.
they're cultists. Of course, they're hoods. That's why I didn't want to go with white because I thought white hoods would be a little bit too much.
We can lift our hood to wink at you, though.
Oh. No, we don't have
Wink.
to. Did you say wink?
You see the top. You see the top of
Actually-
his hood move.
I think that just Peanut comes out and he's like,
Peanut has a little robe. Don't know where he got it.
He was fashioning it inside
Yep.
your hat.
Yep.
Peanut's the best.
There's a little patch missing from the bottom of my robe.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Yes, I am the. Do I own the bar? Do I own the
Yes.
bar? Yes, I own the bar.
Well, everybody owns the bar. All three of you.
that's right.
It's a joint.
It's a triumvirate.
It's the joint.
Good word.
Yeah, you say you own the bar, and then I clear my throat. And then you
I
say,
said silence.
And then Peanut clears his throat, and you're like,
All right, so you trying to? All right, are you trying to distract
You're
them?
like,
Are
I
you
own
just
it.
keeping her?
I don't know. I mean, she's so like. She asked me a question. I answered it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what's your general scope here? Are you just going to keep engaging with her? You've got 5 people downstairs. Her and 4 of her disciples.
Holy
Everybody
jeez.
else is upstairs.
find out about the shipments. Or get her in her office so that you can creep around and find papers about the
Yeah.
shipments.
Look, you already said that you're in a position to organize like food and like
Sorry, I did
drink
do that.
shipments, so you can inquire about the stuff they're already getting.
Because it was pretty
Yeah.
obvious that they're getting in stuff.
Deliveries are happening at all hours.
So you might want to compete with whoever they're getting stuff from.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so
Yeah, let's do
consorting
that.
at
There's
this
gonna be
point.
some more consorting, yeah. A consortium, if you will.
Haha.
All right. So we are consorting. Yep, we're just gonna 6.
Nice. All right.
Not even gonna roll again.
mhm.
Not even gonna roll again.
Yeah, you were unlike these two. You're in a controlled position, so you're doing this with increased effort. So you're actually helping them out.
Thank you.
So she actually takes them back, and she is explaining kind of what all the needs and stuff that they have. And she's talking about, like, she's pointing out some of the rooms, and she's pointing out the food stores and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So, what are you? All right, Corey, back to you.
So she's bringing him on a tour.
Yeah, she's kind of gonna like motioning room by room sort of thing.
Is her back to us?
Yes.
Hey, Dufranche.
Mm.
Do one of us want to go back in that back room?
Yeah.
Okay, so she said, do we have the keys for the rooms? I take it I have the keys for the rooms.
Yes.
You did
Nice.
say yes, and
I'm gonna-
you never lie, Jay.
We never lie. Do you want to go in the room? Do you want me to go in the room?
You can go in the room.
Do you have any talking ability to cover for me?
No.
Okay, then you go in the room.
Okay. All right. Off I
But
go.
let's look at your previous roles. Do you have any talking
Oh, I
ability?
might not, but I'll try.
Wow, spicy. Okay. Off we go. Off
So
I
I'm gonna
go.
hand Peanut the keys.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you want to defer and let him do something first?
Yeah, I'll just stand while I'm standing guard while he.
You'll react in case
All right.
he screws up.
Yep.
I am going to silently
Okay.
prowl to the back of the hall
Okay.
and use my key on the door.
Okay. So yeah, let's do a prowl.
Hell yeah. Huh. Double sixes.
Double
sixes.
sixes.
That's got to be something.
That is a crit.
That's right.
yeah.
Critical
So it's
is
definitely silent. It's
Yeah.
definitely the right key. I'm going to say the hinges are oiled.
yep.
Well oiled.
Did her people follow us?
Yes.
Okay, damn. I was gonna be like, they're still standing around while she's giving me a tour.
Either that
And
or
there's
I'm
like-
the one that well oils the hinges because I have my moisturizing oil on me.
Or Peanut oils the hinges.
Peanut oil.
This is a well-oiled operation.
But
All right.
they're
so
standing around, and they're like, "Weren't there 2 of you guards? Nope, just one of us
so
the whole time."
you've managed to fill up. I gave you 3. I gave you 3 things on the find valuables.
Nice.
So basically, you get the door open and you look in, and there is just a whole bunch of boxes and crates,
Nice.
all marked with different things. But you are in the room now.
Crates. Whole bunch of boxes and crates. Boxes
So
and
now that he's
crates.
done that,
Oh,
what do
up
you
and
want?
up in these crates.
Crates. Okay. All right, you said throw to her.
Now,
Yeah.
what do I want to do?
Yep.
I want to not attract
I
attention.
want to not attract any attention.
Meaning he got it open. Do you want to like join him in the room or?
No, because I think I just want you to
You wanna be
stay
able
in
to
the
cover.
room. I want to be the cover in case anyone comes by. I'm just
Okay.
going to continue to stand and wait until someone comes by.
I feel like the cover is, again, that we saw that rat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though she said not to worry about the rat.
All right.
But
So
this is where all the
I'll
valuable-
let you
I
do a
could survey the room.
Do either a survey. You
I
could
have
either
good
survey the
survey.
room to try and to get any information, or you could try and sway to try and lower your threat.
Sway to lower my threat. Can I
Mhm.
sway by staying silent and doing exactly what I need to do? Are there any other guards in the room? Just
No,
us?
just the yeah. Everybody else is still kind of managing people upstairs.
You can somehow like insert yourself into this interrogation over here, but she told us to stay silent.
silent,
So
yeah.
I don't really know what there is for you other
there
than
there are other disciples in the room,
Yes, there are 4 other disciples.
and these are like higher ranked disciples under
Yes,
her.
these are like just under her.
Maybe with my sway, I'll talk to.
Wait, where?
You guys are far away from the hallways. Is that what you're gonna say?
I'm just because I asked if everyone came with us.
They did.
Yes. So where did we go?
Downstairs.
We're all downstairs. That
Yes,
was my
yes, we
impression.
are
Not
all
the entire cult, but like the
I know
leaders.
so her and her 4 cronies and me.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we?
Down in that center room, you're kind of walking. She's showing you around that kind of center room and some of the radial rooms.
Okay, so we did not like leave the room and go to an office.
No.
Okay.
She's kind of showing you the offices and like here's where we keep the food and this is the. She's kind of like giving you a list of the type how much they're going through.
Okay.
She's like, we eat this much. We get we managed to get this much grain from X dude at this price and
Okay. So Corey has eye contact with us.
yeah.
Jimmy does not.
No.
No.
Okay.
So what are you doing? You're
Um,
talking with one of the disciples, or you're trying to get one of the disciples.
I feel like that's just a silly choice.
I mean, you could also nobody's attention is on you. You could try and take out discreetly one of the guys, the disciples, to reduce the number of people in the room.
Maybe I'm just gonna
How big is
sway.
this room?
I'll go over and I'll sway
I
one
mean,
of the
this
disciples.
is like one of the big, like it's a chamber underneath the church. So this room is probably
30, 40 feet across?
yeah,
mm-hmm.
in radially or diagonally or
I'm gonna
diameter.
go over to one of the disciples discreetly and say, hey, you, yeah, so the other guard had to go and run after a rat, and he's been gone for a few minutes. Do you think you could go see where he is? He went back in that backside room, and we really need to have 2 guards out on this hallway. So if you could just go check, that would be great.
Okay, so you swaying.
Yes. 4.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that things. So you do it, but there's a consequence, a complication, reduced effort. You don't reduce your. I'm gonna say you do reduce the threat, but you put Jimmy in a desperate position
Okay.
Okay.
because now this dude's going back in there.
Oh, I wasn't pushing him to Jimmy. I was pushing him to like one of the back storerooms.
Oh, okay,
And then I was going to try to lock him in it.
gotcha.
Nice.
All right, so we're gonna keep the threat, but you managed to just get rid of one of the guards.
Yeah.
Okay. So he goes. So you guys look. He goes into, or you open up one of the storerooms,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, I don't see anybody in here.
Yeah. Knock him unconscious.
Okay.
I'll wait till next turn.
Smack.
Unless you want me to do it now.
We'll just say because you did what, sway?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just say that was a part of that kind of action.
Okay. Just backwards conk to the head.
Yeah. All right. No, are we back at Philip? Because I think we
I
skipped.
think so. Yeah.
All right.
So we're still talking.
Yeah.
We're still getting a little
They're
tour.
just logisticking at this point. They're
Okay.
just going over monotonous details,
All right, let's
finding
go
out
over,
ways you can help.
Then we'll go
But-
over monotonous details.
So remember, at this point, you're trying
lot.
to find valuables or you're trying to reduce threat at this point. So is there anything you can kind of do to... You do notice that there are now only 3 other disciples.
Okay, so let's did we look in any of the rooms, or did
Some
we
of
just,
them,
like,
yes.
We looked in some. Well, I mean, I'm gonna say let's go to the office and look at the books, and let's look at all the like legitimate numbers, and we'll see.
So you're wanting to like get her by herself, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So are we doing another consort
That's another
or
consort.
sway? I guess that's a sway. You're influencing her.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm swaying.
I mean, you can sell it to me one way or
You
another.
could take the devil's bargain or,
That's what I was gonna.
or
Yeah,
stress yourself.
I'm taking devil's bargain.
Devil's bargain.
Yes. Do it.
Do it.
All right. I gotta remember. Do. Do it. Collateral, betray. Okay. Offender, anger. Starter, tick. Let's see. Devil's bargain. Let's see. You get an extra die, but sorry, it's in this in this place. It's hard to figure out how to reflect on this. I'm open to suggestions, by the way.
For a devil's bargain with Phil.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find basically a negative that he agrees to allow him.
Yeah.
So
Negative that he agrees to, and what
Phil, who are your contacts?
I have Salia, an information broker, as my friend, and Jenna, a servant, as my enemy.
Your enemy.
servant
Um,
or your rival?
your rival.
Oh, there we go. Devil's bargain. What was your enemy?
Jenna the servant.
Jenna, a servant.
Okay. We're gonna say that Jenna is Sway's like personal handmaiden, kind of Shay's servant kind of
Okay.
thing.
All right.
And so she's in the room. She's come downstairs and goes in the room with you.
Oh my!
Yeah. So, yeah, let's do that. So now
Alright.
your enemy or your rival is in the room in there too. So you get what, 2 dice now?
No, so I have nothing on sway.
Oh.
So now you get
So
one
what were you
die.
trying to? You were trying to get her in there. What do you want to use? You trying to use consort?
I keep trying to use consort because it's all I got.
All right.
But I took the devil's bargain to have sway to have a die.
Yeah.
So,
But
I
I'm
don't have to
saying
take
you
the
could have-
lower of the
You
die.
could have. I could let you use consort. And you get 3 die instead.
Well, then I don't need to take devil's bargain.
Oh. Okay. All right. Then
You can do.
just do your sway. All right.
4.
You got a 4.
So you get her in the room,
That's right.
but Jenna's very watchful of everything you do.
Yeah.
That's why I have 2 pistols.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna say you get her into the room, but Jenna is very suspicious of you and your intentions. And one of the other disciples goes in there with you.
Okay.
So
And
there
this
are
is the room that Jimmy's in?
no. This is like a side office room.
Okay.
So Jenna, Shay, one of the other guys, and Philip. So that leaves, 3 guards outside?
2 guards.
Or-
Because one's unconscious.
Yes.
And there were 4.
There were 4. One's in there, one's yeah, so there's 2 outside.
Mhm.
All right, so back to Corey.
Jimmy? Or I can
Well,
go
we
first.
went out of order.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go back to Jimmy.
Sure.
Since
All
it's
right, so
been-
I'm surveying this room. I
All right.
think. There are a bunch of crates. I walk amongst them and survey them with a 4.
Okay.
One's explosive.
Yes, and so I am looking into what these crates are.
Yep. And so you got a 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
If there are any that look special, I would have, focused on that. However,
Right.
I believe they might all look the same. Who knows? I don't know.
All right. So the problem is what we're going to do is, actually, what we're going to do to I'm going to say that you filled up the find valuables, so you managed it, but in doing so, you're making a lot of noise and are
Right.
and just breaking into stuff.
Or-
You're trying to be quiet, but then
well,
it's
a
just,
box probably falls
Yeah.
down.
so you find
And it was filled with
relics,
glass.
you find jewels,
Oh my.
all sorts of jewels. You also find canisters of strange liquids.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
all of a sudden, everyone starts hearing the crash, and they all basically run in there
Yes.
with you.
Okay.
Who's everyone?
Everybody.
Everyone?
Well,
Gotcha.
meaning the 5 that were down, or so you got Jenna, you got Shay. I keep saying Sway because there's a Sway.
The 3
so
guards
Jenna,
that are awake.
you get, and then the 3 that are awake.
All right.
And
Look.
then me too.
Yes.
And then you, because you're a guard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good news is, I think I got the rat.
Well, no, we've already. So now it's. Hold on, I gotta set
Bad
up.
news is I'm the rat. No.
Bad news is, looks like a bunch of your fancy stuff got broken.
Good one.
What are we even doing with all this fancy stuff? What do we, don't we provide, is this to help fund, our services? I
I'm
know.
just doing 2 clocks. That's get out safe and nope.
Okay.
So at this point, it's Corey
Okie dokie.
because Shay is like, "You, what are you doing in all this?" And he's saying basically everything he just said.
I said what I said. I meant it.
Mhm. The other disciples
So-
are pulling out. They're grabbing for sword, or they've got daggers, basically
Hmm.
sheathed. Not a dagger. It's like a short sword.
Got it.
Like a little longer than a dagger.
And are there any exits from the basement, or we have to go back out through the front?
Back out the way you came.
Unless we make it.
That you know of.
Yeah,
I
that we
know
know of.
Dun
Ooh.
dun
So I guess you would
dun.
survey.
There's a Shakespeare head you got to pull back, and there's.
So
Mhm.
I'm gonna use command.
Wait.
What? What?
I got this.
Okay. Okay.
I got this.
Okay.
So you're over here crashing around stuff, causing a ruckus and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Guards are pulling out blades, and they're looking like you're some sort of traitorous type of person. You're currently blending in.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll start talking with Shay, and I'll say, "Madam, is everything okay here? What's going on with this guard? Everyone's got knives out. What are we? Is this one of your guys?"
I thought so, but there's no reason for him to be in here causing such a ruckus and going through all of our crates.
Like I said, there was a rat. I got the rat. It smashed under this crate.
So are you trying to convince her that everything's fine?
No. So we're gonna. Well, ma'am, why don't we? So it's I don't know. This boy looks like he's hiding something to me. So how about I go take care of him for you? Maybe one of your other disciples can help me. We can go have a chat with him.
Take care of me. I don't like the sound of that.
So,
Hey, shut your mouth, boy.
You are not a member of this congregation.
Well, it looks like
Almost
neither are
said
you.
I am an ordained guard, sir.
Maybe I'll look over at you and say, Henry, shut your mouth.
I think
Run
Phil.
over
I think
and pull
Phil.
his hood off.
I think Phil is doing a command.
Sure, I'll go with that.
Can I assist? Yes, I can assist. There's an assist action.
Yes,
All right. What
you
does that
can
do?
assist. Basically, you're helping him.
What happens when you assist?
Mechanically,
He
what does that
gets-
do?
you get an extra die.
All right.
So how many die you rolling?
2.
Basically, you're running up and grabbing his arm.
Yeah,
Like,
that's exactly.
he said to go.
6. I'll take it.
Nice. Roll again.
Oh.
You got 2 dice, remember?
Well, yeah, but I got 6. Oh, that's right. I could have. That's right. I could get
Could
2
crit.
6s.
Yeah.
I probably should have tried that the last time I got a 6 and I rolled 2 die. I
No.
got 2. It bounced on the edge there. I was kind of like.
All right. So so Shay and 2 of the guards are kind of trying to put everything back into place, and Corey and one of the other disciples grabs Jimmy, and they're kind of leading you and them out to back into the main room, and they kind of like shove Jimmy down, pull back his hood, and are asking him or basically shove him into like a bench. There's a bench around this circle thing in the
Okay. So,
Jimmy, what are you doing at this point?
we're all friends
Well,
here
I'm
except for that
playing
one
along.
So keep in mind there's only one enemy at this point.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, I'm playing along, but I'm gonna make this this other guard get agitated.
Okay.
Be like, I can't believe you're doing this to me. Who are you? You guys aren't even. I'm the senior.
Sounds like
guard
you're
here.
finessing him.
Sure. 3. Anyway, I'm trying to get him angry.
Get him mad.
Yeah. Like, what do you think you're doing?
He is not paying attention
Do
to
you
you.
know who I am?
All right. Corey, what are you doing?
We could continue this ruse, but to what end?
Yeah, to what end? We
we're-
just gotta get out of here.
We just got to get out of here.
yeah.
Look, I'm gonna try to stand up and leave. You guys can't keep me here. I'm just gonna go back to my chambers.
Keep in mind you're right there with all the valuables.
I thought we.
Yes, but the leader is in there, and as well
Sure.
as a couple more guards. There's a bunch of valuables in there. I want to see
Don't
where
you have
they're.
weapons?
I want to see where they're coming from. Of course, I have weapons.
But she knows who you are.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But if we just kill them,
Okay.
it's a very elegant way
There's yeah. So
Do you have
well-
question? Okay. Well then, I'm going to. You're trying to stand up.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab you and throw you back on the ground and say, "Where do you think you're going?" And at the same time, hand you a bunch of throwing knives.
That's one
I
of
think
your
that's
items.
a finesse for you.
Gotcha.
That's one of your items.
Yeah.
Throwing knives. Is that the first item you picked?
Second.
Second. What was
6.
the first one?
All right.
Nice.
Roll. Was that only 1 die? Do you only have 1 die? I
yeah.
mean. Okay. All right. Okay. So,
Oh wait, no, I have nothing in finesse. Wait.
So you need to-
you
Don't
got to
be
take
one,
the
don't be one.
lower.
unless, hold
3.
on, you
Cool.
could have pushed yourself. Like I could have said, you could have taken 2 stress to get the first one.
That's fine. We'll do the 3.
Okay. So the guard notices that you're giving him a bunch of throwing knives.
Gonna be fine because he's just gonna throw them at him. If you wanted us to get into combat, we got into combat.
Ashley's in the chat, by the way,
I'm
and is giving me a bunch of chicken. Chicken emotes.
Oh,
Fun,
okay.
fun,
I think
fun.
she's hungry.
So
Sand chicken.
what's the difference between wreck and skirmish?
Wreck is
skirmish is
Rage.
Is more of like fighting. Wreck is just like I'm just destroying this place.
I'm gonna destroy this guy,
Okay.
and I'm gonna push myself.
Okay.
So I'm taking the 2 stress.
Okay. What you got in wreck?
1.
So now you got 2 dice.
Now I got 2. All right. See what we're gonna do here. Let's see what we're gonna.
Everybody's being like so passive here. I'm like,
Nope.
I'm like giving you guys strangled one by one.
I'm
here.
gonna wreck him.
I'm stringing them out.
Are you sure you don't want to stay the one person who looks like a good guy?
My plan is we're going to.
You can run in fear into a corner and steal some shit.
No. We're gonna attack this guy. We need to make it look like. I'm still a good guy. In their eyes.
So you're trying to help him,
Yes.
but you're
So we need to
hurting him.
attack this guy while it looks like you're attacking this guy and running away, and then we chase after him. And then, like, we've gotten away.
So maybe he runs, and then all of us run after him? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Are we giving up on our opportunity to take out the cult leader here, or? Like, are we trying to run away, or are we trying to take out the leader?
I thought the point here was to get information and stuff and
it
run.
was.
I have a feeling. Metagaming here for a minute. I think this will probably be like we finish up this encounter for today, and then there'll probably be a part 2.
Yes.
So
Okay.
if you want to think about that for edit, so in a future couple weeks we'll come back and do that.
So we got to get out of here, and then we got to track where their shipments are coming from.
Yeah, so metagaming, and then we don't have to do it this way, but I feel like if someone steals some stuff and some documents, that would be great, and then we run away.
Okay.
Well, so only they didn't pull down your hood until they sat you down. So I just keep in mind, Jenna knows who you are and knows your accomplices. So, meaning as of now, only the one guy can point Jimmy out.
Yes.
So keep that in mind. That could blow Philip's cover.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Let's see. He's going down.
Let's see
He's
if this.
going down.
We'll see if this guy can help us find things within the church and have him aid our escape. Yeah.
So wait, say that. What are you doing again?
So
whose turn is it?
Right now we
Mine.
have we
Yeah.
have a 3-on-1 situation.
Yeah.
We can take this guy sort of hostage and have him help us find things within this building.
Oh, you want to knock him out and take him out?
We don't necessarily have
take
to
him
knock
out of
him
the
out and
belt.
take him. I'm saying we take him hostage. And
But I'm saying you'd have to get him out of the church.
he can aid us leaving the church, and then we can do as we please with him once we leave the church. Yes?
Or we can knock him out now,
Okay.
and then we can carry him up the stairs.
Okay.
And we're like, oh, we got to get him to the hospital because you two guys are in robes. He's in robes. I'm helping you guys. Everyone saw that.
Yeah. Where is Shay?
That they're cleaning up the room, the mess he made in
Okay.
the for better term vault.
Gotcha.
All
So
right.
either way, I got to hurt this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So
gotcha.
you wrecking or you skirmishing?
Let's go skirmish.
Okay.
I mean, it's
How many
it's
die is
still,
that?
Still 2 die because I pushed myself.
Oh, that's right. You pushed yourself.
Nope. Let's not
3.
get that.
You're pushing me. You're pushing me.
1. So 3.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So, you go to push on him, and he just comes back and just push. He just brings his elbow back and just smashes your face.
Not my face.
Yeah.
My beautiful face.
That's my
All
charm.
right.
So that's
Okay, yeah, screw it. I gotta kill him.
but you take you're going to get a level 2 harm unless you roll to resist.
Yeah. Where would that be?
So that's
prowess?
that's the
Is that a prowess resist?
Prowess,
Okay,
yes.
We got
gotcha.
6.
Prowess resist.
Prowess resist. I get it.
So I got 2 in that.
Okay. So 6 minus your highest. So right now you're at taking 1 stress.
All right.
All right. So you take 1 stress,
1 stress.
and then
just got a little bit of a bloody nose.
So it's a minimum
yes,
of 1
basically, yeah. He kind of black eye. Just go
Yeah,
level
black
1
eye.
level 1 stress black eye.
Did I take stress or did I take
Harm. You took a stress
Yes.
regardless, but you also took a harm. Instead of level 2 harm, you took a level 1 harm.
Okay, gotcha.
A black eye. All right, and then let's go Corey.
I just did the keys thing. So do you want him to
What
go?
keys?
Or the knives?
Oh,
That's
right.
right. Gave the
So
knives to him.
Jimmy.
You have a bunch of knives in your hand.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm just going to try to get up to leave again and try to force my way past this guy.
Okay.
And
You're just running at this point?
well, I am using it as an opportunity to get close to him with my knives.
Ah. So skirmish, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and I have 0, so I'm going to roll 2 and take the lower
Well,
one.
they're throwing knives, so you could throw them at him with finesse.
That's true.
It doesn't. That's why I gave them to you because I figured that you have finesse. I don't have the
That's a
finesse.
good point.
It's whatever you want to do. Though.
And keep in mind, you can also use an item on you.
Yeah, I've got like 4 more items to pick. I just figured. Well, I guess technically you gave me throwing knives, so does that count as my kit now?
I
or-
don't
No.
think so.
No.
She marked off one of her items.
All right. I'm going to. I'm going to throw a throwing knife at him
Okay.
from my seated position
With finesse.
with finesse.
You want to roll
6! I do not want to roll again. Okay, so in one fluid motion, my arm flicks out, and a
Right in the throat.
throwing knife. I feel like maybe it'll like go in his. I don't know if I want to kill him.
Oh, because you
I
wanted to
want to-
hostage him?
I wanted to hostage him, but do we need a hostage really? I don't think so.
You could take him. I mean, you could just.
Well,
like,
keep in mind, this guy could blow Philip's cover.
That's true. All right, right in the throat then.
Okay.
But I have stood up and also covered his mouth.
And you can put your hood up.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't give us anything, so we had to kill him.
Well, I'm thinking of leaving right at this moment. We don't need to stick around to see what happens, really.
Or you could just say he broke free and stabbed a dude.
Well, no, see, so
Meaning, all I gotta do is pull the hood back and be like, oh, that's the leader dude. Remember, also different color hoods.
oh yeah, different color. Oh.
Indeed. Anyway,
Quickly
so
change ropes.
this guy has a knife in his throat. I've covered his mouth so he can't gurgle scream. And let's see. Boy, you are about to see your final dawn. Now, could you do us a favor and point us towards?
No, this guy's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
You
right
got him
now.
in the jugular.
He's
Okay.
he's quick and deadly.
All right.
I feel like
I feel like I gotta time these talks better.
I feel like we should really hurry up and swap robes, and then we can be like,
His robes have blood all over them. Let's just get out of here.
well,
you fought him because he tried to fight you. That's why both your robes have blood on them now. Hurry up.
There we
well, no, but they know who the disciple. That's what I'm saying. Like, as soon as they you reveal the body, they'll be like, "Oh, that was Brother Mayhew or whatever,"
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll be like, "Why are you wearing Brother Mayhew's robes?"
Right.
So you were
not.
thinking everyone has their face covered with the robe?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I was
but
thinking.
they don't. The people know, the that's to keep them from the lay people to know who's who. But the internal crew knows.
I know what you're saying. I get it.
Okay. So
I think Jimmy should bolt, and then you be like, he got away and killed the dude. What the fuck?
I feel like
Or we
should,
can all leave.
We still want to get information about the shipments. Because otherwise, why were we here?
Well, the office is open.
But Shay's there.
No, Shay's
No,
in
they're
the
in the
room
vault.
cleaning now. They ran from the office to go figure out what he was doing in the vault.
Oh, so okay. So I was assuming that the illegal
need a map.
papers would be in the vault
All right, so
because that's where all the
All right.
illegal stuff is.
let's
So,
all
but
go.
if the illegal papers are in the office, we can absolutely go in the office.
That's yeah.
Let's all go in the office right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll drag the body with us. Just so that they don't look out and see a dead body. They'll just see a little bit of blood, maybe. But it's a ritual circle. All right. So are we cool
Okay,
to all
so
go in the
just here,
office?
this is kind of like, here's your stairwell. There's
Uh-huh.
like a little ritual circle.
Yep.
So you three are out here with body kind of on the ground now.
Yep.
And then we've got, 4 people? Yeah, Shay, 2 guys, and Jenny. And then this is like the office. They're all in there. The 3 of y'all are in there with the dead body.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I say we all go in the office
Okay.
very quickly.
Sweet. Do you want to survey or
I will
study?
survey.
Find stuff that we need.
Yes.
All right. Well, he just did the thing. So one of you 2 should go.
The thing is, I have. Well, what do you have in survey
Nothing.
Nothing.
about or study?
Nothing.
Yeah, see, I'm the best to do it.
All right.
so-
Fine.
Yeah.
I was just trying to spread the love.
right.
Should we help? Because
Yeah, they can't assist.
Oh,
I think
She'll
only
give you a die.
one person can assist.
Yeah.
But the difference is if there's consequences, it happens to both of you. That's what the
Gotcha.
assistance comes in.
so
Okay.
maybe I'll stand guard and you 2 search.
I can do it for free.
Noise.
Nice.
What?
He helps for free.
2 times per score, you can assist without paying stress.
Oh,
Nice. All right.
oh, you're
so
supposed
does it mean
to
I
take
get a bonus
stress.
die?
Yes.
Got a
Nice.
5. Oh no, that was my. I added 1 because I only have 1 survey.
Oh, you only have 1 in survey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, so 5.
Okay.
Gotcha. Good.
All right, so we're tearing this office apart.
Yep. All
Okay.
right. So you do succeed in finding a bunch of documents.
We need like a ledger or
Yeah.
something.
But
and
I need a downside.
A binder of correspondences.
Does there have to be a downside? Can't 5 just be neutral?
Nope.
The downside could be that one of the all this stuff is coming from like a very powerful person or
So here we go for downside is you're not able to get
It's all written in French.
Who are your enemies?
no, we'll say that
Casta, a bounty hunter.
you're able to get a listing of what's in the vault, but that's it before ever you start hearing them come from the
Okay.
other room.
All right.
So that's all you're able to get before and able to get out if
Got
you're
it.
able to leave.
Okay.
So with that, let's wrap up. Like, how you get out of this? How does this end up? How does it end up going?
Okay. I feel like we just got a bolt, right?
And
I have demolition tools. I could have demolition tools.
true.
So using my special ability, I feel like they realize we're in the office. Are we okay with like all of us getting made or
By made, do you mean them know who we are?
yeah.
No, I don't want that.
Okay.
We're right across the street.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're not saying like you're in the same turf area. Maybe it's not directly across the street.
Right. I'm just thinking of covering our escape with some gunplay.
Okay, we could just keep our hoods up and shoot people.
Yeah. So I'm going to, they come out of the storeroom realizing that someone's in the office. And I whip out my pistol, which I have on me.
Can we tie me to a chair?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
If not, I could just hit you in the head and make it look like you were bleeding.
And I'm going to.
That's
do
probably
have-
what you have more time for.
I do have a black eye.
There we go.
Yeah.
You probably like have time to just be like, bam, he's out, and then
Mhm.
you 2 bolt.
And you're like, why do we always do this option?
I'm going to push myself to use my special ability, which is
Make it.
unleash a barrage of rapid fire to suppress the enemy
Okay.
with my pistol. My 6-shooter.
All right. I'm just gonna narratively say that happens. I'm not gonna make you roll,
Okay.
just to kind of cut us.
So, we knock you out, or
Yeah.
it's like, why do we always go with this plan? And I whip under my robes for my 6-shooter, and I come out of the office and I do the fan the hammer thing.
Okay.
And
What's Corey doing?
Knocking everything down in our wake.
Okay, so Corey's blowing her cover too, but not.
I'm not getting seen. My hood's still up. I'm just
Yeah. Well, I think
knocking
you're
everything
still
down.
your hood. Like you've got.
You put your hood back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that it's not who you are, and then you guys just like bolt.
sconces
Yeah.
on the floor.
I feel like you're
On the
like
floor.
jumping
On
through,
the
like
floor.
breaking a window to
Yeah.
get out of a.
We go through
Yeah.
the ladies' bathroom that we left open.
Yeah. They all take cover behind some columns as I unleash
Unleash the fury.
the fury, and we bolt and jump out a window
All right.
and fall 2 feet to the ground below, and then take off.
We do a superhero stance.
All right.
Super
So
distance.
yeah, you managed later on. Philip managed to like, God, why do we get back from that plant? Or
I
always.
don't get help.
You talk to Shay though, and you're
Ugh.
like, "Do you have a lot of rebellion among your ranks?"
Yeah. And then we will because there's now the payoff where you can upgrade your crew, but we'll get
Oh.
into that next time when we actually fill out the crew sheet.
Okay.
So
There's a crew sheet.
yes, there's a
Oh.
crew thing.
Fun.
It's in one of the things I have.
It's in one of the dust
All right.
So there you go. We'll do that at the start instead of character creation. We'll do crew generation.
Okay.
That's exciting.
Yep. So thanks if anybody was watching.
Yeah.
Fun.
Thank you. This was Blades in the Dark
By John Harper
by John Harper.
and Evil Hat Publishing.
I like this game.
Very good. Yeah, I like the crew creation aspect. And
I like that I just made everything of that up on the spot.
Yeah.
If you couldn't tell.
Yeah, we got to go find where these relics are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
How are they getting them? What are they using them for? Who
Does
knows?
anyone have a fence? I have an extortionist friend,
Ooh,
and we have that hooded guy.
I do not have a fence.
I have an information broker.
Okay.
I know a sentinel.
Bye.
Whatever that is.
Bye.
Bye.
Is that the good one or the bad one?